Marshall back on the floor, looking for a stop now. You have in the game Jalen Spear, Dezane Mingo, Mike Dawson, Cade Gibbs, and Obina Anachili Killen. Obina 22 points, Dawson 14, Mingo 10 for Marshall. 19 by Taryn Todd leads the Red Wolves. Terrence Ford Jr. 14, a dozen for Nelson. Pinion 11, 4 double-digit scores, make it 5. Julian has 11. All 5 starters in double figures for Arkansas State. Julian's at the free throw line, spins right, gets down low, bank shot good. Tough move by Kobe Julian, that's 13 for him. Arkansas State back up by 6 at 71-65. Their fans starting to feel it here. A lot of them on their feet. Jalen Spear, pick and roll, lob for Obina, tips it through, draws the foul. That's Julian with his third, and a chance for Obina to go to the free throw line and cut the lead in half. Foul trouble for the Red Wolves. You're getting late in the game. Pinion has 4. The rest of the starting 5, 4 guys have 3 each now. 24 for Anachili Killen. 10th team foul, by the way. And after this, double bonus for the Herd. Marshall, 8 team fouls. Obina looks for his 25th point. The free throw is up, in and out. He's missed 4 of them in the second half, and that's the difference in the game right now. 71-67 Red Wolves. Arkansas State forecourt. Todd on the dribble, right point. Left around a screen from Nelson. Picks up the dribble, sends it to Darian Ford for a 3, short on the right wing. Obina had the rebound, and then he's fouled as Julian took it away. And we'll go to the other end to shoot 2. And that's 4 on Kobe Julian. Anachili Killen got his hands on it, and then turned enough that Julian kind of made contact as he flew through and tried to take it away. But Marshall right now needs for its senior, Obina, to make free throws. He's 7 of 11. 71-67. And back to the line for the Nigerian, Anachili Killen. Shooting 2. Ready, shoots, makes. Rolled it around the rim a couple of times, and it dropped through. 25 and counting. Jacob Gibbs replaces his brother Cade. Pinion with 4 fouls replaces Julian, who takes his 4 to the sidelines. And Anachili Killen will shoot 1 more. He aims it up and in. A swish this time. 71-69. The Herd's back within 2. We now have under 3 minutes to go. Terrence Ford Jr., left of center, signals the play call as he crosses midcourt. Bounces the ball to Nelson, gets it back on the right point. Nelson setting a screen on Spear. He'll go left, give it up into the corner, and Taryn Todd squaring up on Mingo. They clear it out. He goes baseline, then kicks it to the right side. Darian Ford through the paint, and he throws it away. Too wide for Taryn Todd, and he had to step on the sideline to reel it in. Turnover to Marshall. The Herd has the ball down 2. That is only the 4th turnover of the night by Arkansas State. But it comes at a good time as far as the green-clad fans are concerned. Pinion's out. Julian's in, a little offense-defense right there. Into Spear. Marshall tries to tie or could regain the lead with a 3, 2.5 to go. Obina top of the key, a dribble left, a handoff to Mingo, drifts to the right. Guarded out front. Crossover dribble right, takes it on Julian, goes to the rim. Julian backs off with 4 fouls, and Mingo lays it in to tie the game. A dozen for Dezane, 71-71. 2:10, 2:09 to go. Ford cuts into the lane, pull up, right side jumper, good on the 10-footer by Terrence Ford. 73-71, Arkansas State. He was aggressive, didn't waste any time. Got what he wanted, scored it, and a whistle, a timeout by Corny Jackson. Must be. So 1:54 to go. And Marshall does take the timeout. The Herd has 1 timeout left. Arkansas State has 3 of its remaining. And the Red Wolves on top 73-71. It was tied at 71 all. That was the 16th tie of the game, which has had 15 lead changes. Marshall has still led for more minutes than Arkansas State, but the minutes you lead don't matter. It's just who's on top when the clock goes to zeros. And right now, Arkansas State's up 73-71. Hurd has it on offense after the Corny Jackson timeout. He wanted to draw up something here to give his team a good look. Thought that was important. Mingo will take it out of bounds right next to the Marshall bench. Jacob Gibbs, Jalen Spear, Mike Dawson, Obina in the game. Marshall inbounds to Spear up top. Goes right around the high screen. Obina gives to Obina, top of the key. Fakes the handoff to Mingo circling out. The pass goes to Gibbs left. Now Mingo comes there, takes it, and he's fouled by Taryn Todd. That's his fourth. And Marshall will shoot two. This time it's to Zane Mingo. So Todd, Pinion, and Julian all have 4 fouls for Arkansas State. Marshall's been without Nate Martin, who was ejected with just under 14 minutes remaining in the game. So far, Arkansas State hasn't lost anybody, but kind of a sticky situation for them. And Jacob Gibbs will shoot 2 with Marshall down 2. Jacob 75% on the season, looking for his first points of the night. Puts it up, in and out, no good. Marshall in the second half is 10 of now 19 at the free throw line and trails by 2. That's a tough number to swallow if the Herd drops this one. Gibbs with one more. It is up and good this time. 73-72. Red Wolves stay on top. And Taryn Todd will dribble it up the middle of the floor. Mingo waits at midcourt. Todd goes left around a Nelson screen, turns the corner, turns on the Jets, gets down low. Obina blocks the shot. Rebound by Gibbs. Outlet to Mingo. Marshall in transition. Mingo slams on the brakes. Now curls to the free throw line for a jump shot off the mark. Rebound battled for. We might have a jump ball here. Obina did a marvelous job of reaching in to tie that one up. He was the odd man out with Pinion and Nelson battling in there, and Julian also in the neighborhood. But it's a jump ball, and the arrow keeps it on Marshall's end. Hustle play by Obina. And Marshall with the ball down by 1, $1:22 on the clock. Right baseline, but near the basket for Mingo to take it out of bounds. They mop up the floor. There's an ice rink under the court, and that's an ongoing issue here, a slick floor. All right, Mingo has the ball ready to go with a Herd down 1. DeZane lobs it up top to Jacob Gibbs. Gives the ball to Jalen Spear. A bounce to Mingo, right wing. Goes baseline, gets a step. Reverse lay-in blocked, but Mingo gets it back. Gives to Dawson. Back to Mingo. Back to Dawson. 3 on the way for the lead. Off the mark. Rebound, Nelson. Boy, Marshall got a great look from Mike Dawson, who has 14 points in the half. But that one off the mark, and there's a minute to go. Arkansas State back on offense with a 1-point lead. Now letting a little clock melt away. Terrence Ford Jr. back near midcourt. Spears out there defensively. Shot clock down to 12. Now at 10. Left around a screen. Weaves back right. Stop and go drive to the baseline. Shot clock at 5. A kick out. Pinion fakes the 3. Forces a tough 3. No good. And they're going to call a foul on Anachili Killen. Corny Jackson is hot. He is furious on that whistle that gives 3 free throws to Pinion. That was going to be a tough 3 anyway at the end of the shot clock. But number 4 on Anachili Killen has the Arkansas State man and the great free throw shooter headed to the stripe with 39 seconds to go. Pinion shoots 3. He's 4 of 4 tonight. 4 of 5. Missed it. And it'll still be a 1-possession game after these 2 free throws. He has 11. And we'll shoot 2 more. 39 seconds to go. 89% free throw shooter on the year. Missed that one. This one's dead center. 74-72. Marshall changes the side of the lane for Jacob Gibbs and Dezane Mingo. Now everybody's set for Pinion's third free throw, also on the mark. 3-point lead for the Red Wolves. Marshall inbounds to Mingo. Everybody's on their feet here in the Bay Center. Mingo, guarded by Taryn Todd, angles right through the midcourt logo, takes it to the right side, turns the corner on Todd, a drive all the way to the rim. He gets the roll. 1-point game, and Mingo, as Arkansas State inbounds, has made it 75-74. 20 seconds left. Red Wolves front court, shot clock's off. They'll call time. Brian Hodson calls time. Actually, they're going to call the foul on Gibbs, not a timeout. My mistake. Jacob Gibbs with the foul. Whom did he foul? Red Wolves on the line. And
tallest
it'll be
or anything
Terrence
like that. He does
Ford Jr. He's a 71% free throw shooter with a 1-point lead. It is up, and he gets the roll. He barely got it to the rim, and it rolled over good. He has 17. 76-74, looking for a 3-point lead. Ford puts it up. This one's dead center. He has 18 points. Big game. Marshall down 3. Spear on the right side goes front court. Picks up the dribble, gives to Obina. Up top. Goes left. Marshall down 3. Ball to Mingo. Zane back up. 3 on the way for the tie. No good. Rebound fought for. Obina has it for the Herd. 3 seconds left. Into the corner. 3 for the tie. No good. And that's going to do it. Arkansas State rebounds. And the Red Wolves survive and advance. Final score, Arkansas State 77 and Marshall 74. The Red Wolves are the team that makes it to the semifinals and will take on South Alabama at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The Thundering Herd gave it a run, but comes up 3 points short when all is said and done, missing 2 threes at the end, and it's 77-74. Obina Anachili Killen, 26 points for the Herd. Marshall got double figures, 14 each for Dezane Mingo and Mike Dawson. All 5 starters scored in double digits for Arkansas State. In fact, they only had 2 points otherwise. Nobody hit 20. Taryn Todd leads the way with 19. The Red Wolves win it and stay alive. 77-74, again the final score. More after this.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you.
The win against Texas State on the road, and then the win at Southern Miss. Last game Trojans played. He got to the line 23 times in those 2 games, made 20 of those 23 shots.
Well, what you want at this time of year is your best players playing their best, and I think that's what you're seeing in Connerway and Miles Rigsby right now. I think they're playing their best basketball of the year. It was interesting. I don't know if you noticed this in film today. Who was asking the questions? Who was fully invested? It was Miles Rigsby. He was asking good questions. He was paying attention to the coaching that was coming out. You can see he was dialed in and ready at 10 o'clock this morning in that film session.
And I got to admit, people may ask about this. Again, Old Dominion, they've been competing for 3 straight days. So as far as the competition goes, they are sharpened up and ready. Troy hasn't played for 8 days, and a lot of people probably would be justified in at least wondering whether or not the Trojans lose an edge in those 8 days without competition, Jerry. I didn't see it. What about you?
I don't expect that. Now, there's another factor in here. The Trojans, I think, have only had 1 opportunity, and that was late last night, to even shoot these rims here in the Bay Center.
Late last night.
I mean, they were over here late just trying to get the only session that was going to be available to them. Now, they've been able to shoot, but not in this arena because of the games going on. So they're going to have to quickly acclimate to that. And, I know they measure all the same, but you look at the backdrop in here, it's a little different for the shooter to kind of get dialed in and get acclimated to the backboards, to the rims, and to the field of vision that you have to deal with.
I remember, I know you do as well, the first time this tournament was played in Pensacola 4 or 5 years ago. They actually split the venues between Pensacola State College and here at the Pensacola Bay Center, and it was so different for each of the teams that, for instance, you play here with the wide backdrops and the better lighting, and you play at Pensacola State College, and you're not shooting it as well. And, you're tending to overshoot because things seem that much closer. You've got to shoot on the rims. When Jerry says they were here late last night, I'm talking about late. They began their little shoot-around last night here at 11 o'clock at night. They had to get some shots up instead of their first look at these rims being right now as they take the court to get ready for the actual tournament game itself. Well, we have got a lot to get to even now. As Troy is on the court, so are the Monarchs of Old Dominion for the final quarterfinal matchup of the men's draw in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. Conecuh Sausage is a proud supporter of Troy basketball. Conecuh Sausage, it's how Trojan fans get their grill on. We'll look around, kind of catch you up on what's been happening in the tournament, and a whole lot more. Jerry Miller's alongside. I'm Barry McKnight. It's Troy versus Old Dominion, set to begin in about a half hour on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Looking for a better financial future? Look no further than Guardian Credit Union. With branches across Alabama, Guardian can help you reach your financial goals. Whether you're looking to cover an unexpected expense, for checking accounts that earn more, or in the market for your next home, Guardian is here for you. With Guardian, you can expect reliable financial solutions and unmatched local service. Find a branch near you at myguardiancu.com. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCAA and MLS number 912757.
Leadership, dedication, hard work, excellence. Words used to describe a winning team. When it comes to your health and well-being, the winning team at Troy Regional is here to provide the safest and highest quality of care. With winning teams providing emergency treatment, primary care, and special services, we want to make a difference in the lives of the people who entrust their care to us. Continuing the rich tradition of delivering quality health care, Troy Regional Medical Center, right here, close to home.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Leaves are falling and your gutters are calling. Don't let clogged gutters lead to costly damage. Call Charles Lee at Precision Gutters in Troy, your local gutter cleaning and repair expert. Don't climb ladders, leave the dangerous jobs to Charles. From routine cleanings to seamless repairs, protect your home from leaks, foundation issues, and water damage. Trust his team to keep your gutters flowing free. Call today and get a free estimate. Call 670-8334 or 484-3574. Precision Gutters in Troy. Clean gutters, clean home, peace of mind.
Hi, this is Bobby Tomberlin in Nashville, Tennessee. And when I'm in my hometown of Luverne, Alabama, I make sure to get all of my prescriptions filled at Foster Drugs. They're a hometown pharmacy, and they've been in business in Crenshaw County since 1896. 4 generations of the family have been taking care of the folks in Crenshaw County, and I put my trust in them, and you should too. Go by and see pharmacist Alan Carpenter and his dad Clem and see why a hometown pharmacy makes a difference. Foster Drugs on Forest Avenue in Luverne.
From takeoff to touchdown, the Montgomery Regional Airport is the official airport of Troy University Athletics. Elevate your travel experience and make the easy choice to fly nonstop from your home field. Visit flymgm.com and travel above. Here's what the tournament looks like so far. They started it way back on Tuesday. None of the teams, by the way, who participated on Tuesday are still alive. Southern Miss beats Coastal Carolina. Louisiana goes to overtime to beat ULM. Then on Wednesday, Georgia Southern beats Southern Miss, and Old Dominion beats Louisiana in Old Dominion's first action. Old Dominion moves on Thursday to beat Texas State by a final score of 64-61. The other one, Georgia State beats Georgia Southern. Marshall ends up beating Georgia State yesterday before losing just now to Arkansas State in the quarterfinals. Old Dominion, a winner over Appalachian State, 61-56. Arkansas, and this has all happened before the Trojans even take their first shot. Troy and Old Dominion in a moment. Tomorrow, the semifinals begin at 5 o'clock. South Alabama versus Arkansas State, and James Madison versus the winner of this game. That second game will take place at 7:30. So that's kind of a catch-up of the men's basketball championship. Haven't been very many blowouts. I do know that Louisiana lost to Old Dominion by 18 points. You and I listened to that game, what seems like an eon ago. But everything else pretty good ball games, Jerry.
Well, the format that the Sun Belt has adopted this year has gotten a lot of national attention. There's a lot of people around the sport of NCAA basketball that are inquiring about this and curious about it. And I've had the questions as to, hey, why are they going to that kind of format? Well, you and I both know the idea of that is they want to give their top 3 or 4 teams the best opportunity to advance and have a bigger impact there. In the other format, you could get hot and you'd see a 7 or 8 seed maybe get to the big dance and some of your better teams left at home.
Yep.
And that's what this is designed to do, is to give them the best chance. Now, Old Dominion's trying to spoil that concept because they're playing their 4th game in a row and have been very competitive. So we'll see how it unfolds, but that's what it's all about. That's what they're trying to do, is to get the very best teams to advance into the big dance.
Well, and give those teams the clearest path for sure. A lot of people don't like it, particularly the teams that are lower seeds. So, it is, as they say, what it is. The top 4 teams are South Alabama, James Madison, Troy, and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. And for Troy, it's really been a compelling season. Jerry, this is a club that preseason was picked 3rd in the league. They win a Sun Belt championship. People are asking about that. And the Sun Belt championship itself is a legitimate championship. It's not a co-championship. It's not a shared championship. What it is, the only reason why you have tiebreakers is for the seeding in this event. That's all. Just
to get the seeding, and that's the only way to get it right. For instance, this is the first time Troy and Old Dominion are meeting. So what happens? How do you calculate for the other teams that are locked in that tie who may have played them, and vice versa, teams that they didn't play that Troy played? So if your record is the best in the league, you're a champion.
Yep. First time since 2010 for this Troy team, and you and I remember some of those really good players on that 2010 team, the Richard Delts and the Amin Colemans, and some of the really good guys. It's been a little while. It's time to win a Sun Belt title. Troy won the Sun Belt tournament title. Troy won that one in 2017. It's it would be their first under Scott Cross, who has really done so much work in building this program and building this team to the level where it is right now. 4 straight years of 20-plus wins overall, 4th straight year with 10-plus league wins. Just to put that into perspective, Jerry, nobody else in the league has done that.
You look at the stringing. It's hard to win 20 games in this league, and he's been able to do that consecutively now, and that's because of the hard work. We've talked about, listen, these players, we want it for them, we want it for the fans, but boy, I can't think of anybody who has put the work in and deserves it more than Coach Cross and his staff.
We are almost back on schedule here. Trojans are on the floor here at the Pensacola Bay Center wearing their white uniforms. Old Dominion wearing their royal blue over on the other side. They're stretching over there, and maybe a few pops and creaks on the Old Dominion side, stretching and trying to get the kinks out because they have played a lot of basketball so far. When we come back, we'll visit with head coach Scott Cross in just a moment. We are about 22 minutes away from tip-off, the final quarterfinal matchup of the Sun Belt Conference men's draw here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Our coverage of Trojans basketball continues in a moment on the Troy Sports Media Network.
When you're a Trojan, you know what it means to stand strong and work hard. When it comes to banking, you deserve that same commitment. That's where Troy Bank and Trust comes in. From checking accounts to investment accounts to loans, Troy Bank and Trust has been supporting Troy University and its students for generations. With 13 branches, we're local, dedicated, and we're just as invested in your success as you are. For every financial need along life's journey, rely on us. Today, tomorrow, and always, the only bank you'll ever need. Troy Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
First responders sound the alarm about the dangers of driver error on Alabama's highways.
Throughout my career, I've seen many crashes, and a lot of the fatalities are from people who haven't worn their seatbelt.
I've arrived on scene many times where cars have rolled over multiple times, people have not been seatbelted, just about every bone in their body is broken, their organs have ruptured, and typically they die.
You want to save a life, just simply click a button and put the seatbelt on.
Seatbelts really do save lives.
Drive safe, Alabama. A message from the Alabama Department of Transportation.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Energy-efficient heat pumps, dual fuel units, and mini-splits will help lower your power bills and keep you comfy. Multiple options are nice. Your electric cooperative understands they can also be overwhelming. That's why our energy experts are here to help you decide which heating and cooling system is best for you. Contact us today. South Alabama Electric Cooperative, always here for you.
South Community Blood Centers today.
Earn more on your balances with the Max Elevate Money Market. Enjoy the competitive rate benefits of certificate accounts with no fixed terms and more flexibility. Earn more on your balances and access them anytime. You expect more, and Max delivers. See our amazing rates at mymax.com/elevate. Max. Smart money made simple. Federally insured by NCAA. Certain restrictions apply.
Here in Pensacola, we continue with the Power T pregame show, and we bring you a conversation with head coach Scott Cross, brought to you by Troy Bank and Trust, the only bank you'll ever need. Coming in as champions of this league, a bye to the quarterfinals. Reflect back a little bit and give us at least a sense of what all went into this now that the regular season's over.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great time. Obviously, we got a little bit of help, but it was amazing being in that locker room. It was amazing cutting down the nets, but that's all behind us now. Told the guys to put their shirts in the closet. We have one job to do, and that's to win one game at a time, 3 days in a row. We've been preparing for it. I feel like our guys are in a good place. They're ready to go. We're excited to play. We've been practicing too long. We were able to get a couple extra days of rest, so I feel like our guys are definitely ready for the moment.
On the other side of things, Coach, this is what people are talking about. It's been quite a run. Old Dominion has impressed everybody out there, but they've had to win, 3 games in 3 days. A lot of their guys are playing 36, 37 minutes a game. You can't take it for granted that those guys are worn down, but at least that's a thought, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we have to punish them. We have to be physical, tough, wear them down, play with speed. They play better in slow games. We kind of do as well, but this is not the game to play slow. We have to be tough, aggressive. We have to tag every single time. They're unbelievable, crashing the offensive glass just like we are, so we have to be really, really aware, especially on Duragard. He's an amazing offensive rebounder. Had to put a body on him. They can they got a couple guys that can really shoot the ball. Davis is as elite as anybody in the league. We have to make it difficult for him. Duragard can shoot the ball as well. Those are probably their 2 go-to guys, but their point guard's strong. He's physical. He gets the ball downhill. Their big's a transfer, I believe, from Maryland, 7-footer that can jump. He finishes everything around the basket. He gives them a shot blocking presence. So not an easy guy, but we have way more depth. We're rested. There's no excuse. We got to get it done.
Where are the opportunities that you see for your club against their defense today?
Yeah, I mean, I think they switch 1 through 4. At times they will get lost. We need to take advantage of it. We need to keep moving. I think if we stand still, that plays into their hands. It makes it a lot easier for them to match up. When you're switching, you got to have 2 and 3 guys involved in screening actions. The more we can do that, the harder we'll be to guard. We have to move when our sets break down and we get in the flow. And then their 5 will hard heads. So, we have to slip to the basket and we have to look to pick them apart out of it.
It's been no question at all that the word around the league is that to beat Troy, you have to handle their toughness. That's, it's as tough as any team in the league. You got Conaway, player of the year in this league. But again, like I asked you on Monday at Trojan Talk, in crunch time, you'll have him on the court, but I mean, so much is on the shoulders of Miles Rigsby as well.
Yeah, we ask a lot of Miles. Miles is always going to defend one of the best players on the opposing team. He gives us our defensive identity. It starts with him. Like I mentioned many, many times, when he has that look in his eyes, I know I'm very, very confident when we're winning the basketball game. I would be very surprised if he does not have that look in his eyes. I mean, I feel it. I feel like he's ready. He's been here. He's experienced it. He's a competitor. I believe we're going to get his very, very best today.
Final question about work ethic for this team and how much you absolutely emphasize it. You guys were shooting around last night late, right?
Yeah, we were. So our choices were get up at 7:45, get there an hour early because they have some parade going on, or just stay and shoot after the game. We definitely chose to shoot after the game, probably everybody but Coach Cordero. He likes to get to bed a little bit earlier, but I told him the rest of the guys, they're not going to bed before midnight anyway, so I'd rather them sleep in a little bit later and then go shoot. But now they have shot in the gym. They're used to it. So, you kind of get those jitters out, and we just prepare today and go to work tonight.
No excuses, Coach. Good luck. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
The head coach of the Trojans, Scott Cross, on a busy week, spent some time with us here. Presented, as always, by Troy Bank and Trust, the only bank you'll ever need. Jerry and I have a look at starting lineups when our coverage from the Sun Belt Conference Championships in Pensacola continue in a moment on the Troy Sports Media Network.
First responders sound the alarm about the dangers of driver error on Alabama's highways.
Throughout my career, I've seen many crashes, and a lot of the fatalities are from people who haven't worn their seatbelt.
I've arrived on scene many times where cars have rolled over multiple times, people have not been seatbelted, just about every bone in their body is broken, their organs have ruptured, and typically they die.
You want to save a life, just simply click a button and put that seatbelt on.
Seatbelts really do save lives.
Drive safe, Alabama. A message from the Alabama Department of Transportation.
When you're a Trojan, you know what it means to stand strong and work hard. When it comes to banking, you deserve that same commitment. That's where Troy Bank and Trust comes in. From checking accounts to investment accounts to loans, Troy Bank and Trust has been supporting Troy University and its students for generations. With 13 branches, we're local, dedicated, and we're just as invested in your success as you are. For every financial need along life's journey, rely on us. Today, tomorrow, and always, the only bank you'll ever need. Troy Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Are you looking for kid and family-focused pediatric care? Look no further. Kids First Pediatrics Troy is the new and exciting home for all your pediatric needs. Kids First Pediatrics is located on 657 Trojan Parkway. We offer convenient hours, after-hours call service, sick and well seating, on-site x-rays, and ease in scheduling same-day appointments. Call us today at 334-934-KIDS. We look forward to serving families in Pike County and the surrounding areas. Kids First Pediatrics in Troy. And remember, walk-ins are always welcome.
When you're traveling Highway 231 just north of Ozark, expect delays because the farmer's daughter turns heads and stops traffic. But this just ain't any farmer's daughter. It's the Farmer's Daughter Country Store. And they've got a meal with your name on it for a variety of items like ribs, smoked chicken, pulled pork, and more. The Farmer's Daughter is for you. Grab some boiled peanuts or Monkeyfoot Bee Company honey sold exclusively at the Farmer's Daughter. Take a glance next time you're on the highway and fall in love with the Farmer's Daughter today.
We're at the Pensacola Bay Center tonight. Troy versus Old Dominion for the right to earn to go to the semifinals of the Sun Belt Conference men's basketball tournament. Glad you're along with us here. We'll take a 10-second timeout before starting lineups to enable our stations to identify themselves as affiliates of the Troy Sports Media Network.
All-Star Collision on Highway 231 North in Troy, next to Bill Jackson Ford, where your car is the star.
WTBF-FM, Brundage, Troy.
Hey, Ike Road, Montgomery.
Both clubs out on the court, getting ready. Trojans coming in as the Sun Belt champion and as the number 3 seed. Old Dominion as the 10 seed, trying to dig their way out of an early bracket hole here. Alongside Jerry Miller, I'm Barry McKnight. Broadcast producer is Scott Hageman, and we'll take a look at the starting lineup. Starting lineups presented by Jones Medical Supply. Slam dunk your sleep apnea with CPAP Plus, a division of Jones Medical Supply, with their new location on Montgomery Highway in Dothan, or visit either of the Jones Medical Supply locations in Troy and in Greenville. First, we'll start with the Trojans, and we'll get Jerry Miller to give us a spotlight of the Trojans and who is going to be key for him. It all starts for the Trojans with the starting point guard, Tatum Conaway, Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. That's the first time a Trojan has won the Sun Belt Player of the Year since the great Greg Davis back in 2004 in the Atlantic Sun. Tatum 6'3", 186, a senior out of Burleson, Texas. 13.7 points per game, 5 assists per game. And Jared, that only scratches the surface of the contributions that he makes.
Makes everybody better, averages 5 assists, leads the league in steals with 3 per game, and just impacts the play of everybody else around him. He's very difficult. I like to describe him as the guy that creates chaos, and his team feeds off of it, and sometimes it can be extremely disruptive to the opponent. We need Tatum to have a big game tonight and lead this club.
You mentioned he leads the league in steals. He is third in the country in steals. He has 91 of them, a school record. He broke that of the great Bobby Dixon about 14 years ago. That says something about that. Conaway will lead things. Marcus Rigsby, 6'3", 203, a junior from Irving, Texas. Another one of the guards, 6.8 points, 2.7 rebounds per game. His little brother, so to speak, Miles Rigsby, second leading scorer for this Troy team at 11.8 points per game. 6'6" sophomore out of Fort Worth, Texas. Last year was Sun Belt Conference Freshman of the Year. Preseason first team All-Conference. Didn't get a nod on any of the teams this year. I'm sure that he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. The third guard for the Trojans in this, well, the three guards, again, are Conaway, Miles Rigsby, Marcus Rigsby. The two bigs down low, Thomas Dowd, 6'8", 225, a sophomore from Dothan, Alabama, and also Jackson Fields, 6'8", 210, a junior from Missouri City, Texas. Dowd averages 9.4 points per game. Jackson Fields, 7.4 points per game. Those are guys that are going to be more than anybody responsible for protecting the rim, Jerry. And also, if we can give you 3 words that best describe the critical issue today, those 3 words would be rebound, rebound, and rebound.
Yeah, we've got to control that, particularly on the defensive glass. Now, Troy is one of the better offensive rebounding teams, but so is ODU. They're a very, very good offensive rebounding team. So for Troy, it's their work on the defensive glass that I think is going to be particularly important.
Okay, for the Trojans, again, it'll be Rigsby, Dowd, along with Conaway and Jackson Fields. For Old Dominion, with a 4-game winning streak, they're still just 15-19 overall under first-year head coach Mike Jones, a longtime head coach at DeMatha High School in Baltimore. This is his first year. They come in as the number 10 seed. We anticipate this starting lineup, and Jerry's right, probably not going to have any changes from what got them to this point. The starting point guard is Jaden Johnson. Johnson is a freshman from Walker Mill, Maryland, 8.8 points per game, 3.7 assists per contest. We'll also see at guards as well Robert Davis Jr. He's the 6'6 sophomore out of Detroit, Michigan, and a transfer from UMass. Leads the club in scoring, 15.7 points per game, 2.4 rebounds per contest. He hits big shots. He takes big shots. The 2 forwards, one of them's undersized, but you wouldn't know it from his production, Jerry, and that's Sean Dura-Gordon, 6'6", but he's 216 pounds, a redshirt senior from Harlem, New York. He began at Missouri, transferred to Old Dominion from Siena. At 6'6", he is as ferocious an offensive rebounder as you'll want to see in this country. One of the best, certainly in our league, and as you say, in the country. Only a 1/10 of a point averaging behind the leader, Robert Davis. But I think Dura-Gordon's going to, how we control him will tell us how successful we are being defensively, because he epitomizes what they are trying to do. He's going to rebound the ball offensively, average probably 4 or better a game in offensive rebounds, almost 9 a game overall. And he gets to the free throw line, and that's what they want to do. They want a slower pace where they're offensively rebounding the ball and getting to the free throw line. And if Troy can limit that,
then you got to think they're going to be having some success.
He's 6'6", an undersized small forward. They make up for it with size inside from the big Canadian. His name is Cal Swinton Rogers, 7 feet tall, 227, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, a transfer from Maryland, 5.6 points, 4.7 rebounds per contest. Again, for Old Dominion, their prospective starters, Robert Davis Jr., Jaden Johnson, along with Jura Gordon. Oh, also, R.J. Blakeney. I left you short one. Blakeney, a 6'6" senior from Baltimore, Maryland, and transferred from Dayton, 5.8 points, 4.5 rebounds per game, along with Jura Gordon and Cal Swanton Rogers. Those are your starting lineups presented by Jones Medical Supply. Keys to the game and the opening tip are coming up. We're 6 minutes away from tip between the Trojans and the Monarchs in the Sun Belt Tournament quarterfinals on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking for a better financial future? Look no further than Guardian Credit Union. With branches across Alabama, Guardian can help you reach your financial goals. Whether you're looking to cover an unexpected expense, for checking accounts that earn more, or in the market for your next home, Guardian is here for you. With Guardian, you can expect reliable financial solutions and unmatched local service. Find a branch near you at myguardiancu.com. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCAA, NMLS number 912757.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
The Charles Henderson Child Health Center in Troy is open weekdays 8 till 5. Board-certified pediatrician seeing patients up to age 19, Dr. Christy McKay and Dr. Yolanda Patterson, as well as pediatric dentist Amy Flowers, DMD, seeing patients up to age 14. Plus, certified registered nurse practitioners, Dr. Kelly Cleveland and Brittany Owings.
And certified pediatric nurse practitioner, Katie McKenzie.
The Charles Henderson Child Health Center on 231 in Troy, serving young people since 1979. Call 566-7600.
This is Blakely Jones for Jones Medical Supply in Troy. As we begin our 20th year of serving Pike and surrounding counties, we just want to say thank you for trusting us with your health care. In Troy and Greenville, our friendly professional staff is always ready to help you with your home oxygen, CPAP, lift chair, walker, wheelchair, or other medical equipment needs. When it comes to home medical equipment, remember, home-owned and operated does make a difference. We are Pike and Butler County's only locally owned providers, and our customer service is unmatched. For more information about any of our 3 locations, visit jonesmed.com.
South Community Blood Centers today.
Hey, you're looking for the best seats at great prices? Tickets for Less get you access to the best Troy basketball tickets available, in addition to thousands of other events. Get yours at ticketsforless.com. Barry and Jerry in Pensacola, great to have you along with us here. Looking forward to this one. Let's take a look at what this game may boil down to. Jerry Miller has our keys to the game provided by Blue Key Properties of Troy, specializing in residential sales and investment opportunities. Online at bluekeytroy.com. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, Mary, I think we can take control of this game by what we do on the defensive end. So boxing out is going to be extremely important, as we said. Make sure you get those defensive rebounds. I think it's going to be important, too, to run to the three-point line and defend Robert Davis. Don't let him get comfortable out there shooting. He averages 10 threes, getting up 10 threes per game. So you want to make sure that you're contesting those threes. He's going to make some, but make sure he contests them. Offensively, I think we've got to be good in transition. These guys are playing their 4th game in a row, 4th consecutive game, night after night after night. Make them go up and down the floor. Be good in transition and test those legs.
And see if and even if those legs are good early on, hoping they're not later on. Jerry, just a quick thought about this. Fact it's in Pensacola. We drove down yesterday a little bit more than 2 hours. You probably could have gotten it about a half hour less than that. A lot of Troy fans in attendance. They can make a difference here.
Absolutely, they can make a difference. To be honest with you, we saw the Arkansas State crowd make a difference in that close ball game that finished just ahead of ours. So Cardinal continues to roll in here. I think we're going to have a big crowd. I hope they're loud, and I hope they've got a lot to cheer about.
Well, the Trojans and the Monarchs here. Troy women's basketball a winner 85-54 to gain the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. Troy baseball loses at South Carolina Upstate, close one 5-4. Trojans and the Spartans have each won a game in the series. They'll go for the series itself tomorrow. That's a noontime start. Troy softball had a big weekend in a home series against the Minute Women of UMass. Troy today shuts out UMass 7-0. And in the second game, beats UMass 15-7, the final score there. Of course, there's been a party here already for the Troy fans. Tons of different Troy sporting fan events going on. The fan socials, the actual fan headquarters as well. While we have a chance, also a big shout out to senior Brantley Scott from the Troy men's golf team. Had his first career collegiate victory, and he was named Sun Belt Conference Men's Golfer of the Week. 1 under 215 to claim individual medalist honors in Troy's team victory at the Daytona Beach Intercollegiate earlier this week. I had a chance to talk with his head coach, Clay Bounds, the other day. It's his second tournament of the season. He missed all fall with an injury because of a shoulder injury. Back, and he is playing really, really good golf, as exemplified by his Sun Belt Conference Golfer of the Week award. So there's a lot of winning going on right now at Troy University in athletics. And let's hope for another one here tonight. The starting lineups are confirmed for Troy. Again, it'll be Marcus Rigsby, Miles Rigsby, Tatum Connerway, along with Jackson Fields and Thomas Dowd for head coach Scott Cross. For Old Dominion, once again, the two big guys, Robert Davis Jr. and Sean Duragordon, who average about 31 points a game between them, along with Jaden Johnson, the freshman point guard, R.J. Blakeney, and Cal Swinton Roger for Old Dominion, who came in as the number 10 seed, and they have really caught fire. Again, you will see this Old Dominion team. Maybe it'll wilt a little bit later on. Jerry, this is a point of pride. You look down to the Sun Belt Conference logo at midcourt. Sun Belt Commissioner Keith Gill is awarding Troy Sun Belt Conference championship.
Getting their championship trophy at midcourt before this gets started. Let's hope they can add a tournament championship to that 3 days from now.
It's you don't want to get ahead. You certainly don't. This team has been cautioned against that over and over and over again, so we won't do it. But I do like the Trojans' draw in this event.
Yeah, I think it's about as good as it can get. And how good was this team on the road? Now, we hope it's more like a home crowd here tonight, but they're playing at a different venue than Trojan Arena, and these guys were exceptionally good on the road this year. That's why they are a conference champion.
Troy in the league was 7-2 on the road. Nobody else in the league had 7 road wins. The Trojans, they end up with 13 wins overall. More than half of them came on the road, Jerry. A lot of it, obviously, elevated play and good players. A lot of it's between the ears, am I right?
Absolutely. It's a mindset, and I think that they are excited to be here. They don't care where the venue is, to be honest with you. They're going to show up and they're going to play. And looking forward to this. It's a real opportunity for this Troy team. This format certainly favors the top 3 or 4 teams, and Troy's one of those. Let's see if we can take advantage of it.
The winner moves on to the semifinals tomorrow at 7:30 against the second-seeded James Madison Dukes. If Troy is fortunate enough to move through the quarterfinal round, Jerry and I will have the broadcast beginning at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The Troy women have already earned their berth into the semifinals of the tournament with an 85-54 win earlier today against Marshall. Troy will take on number 2 seed Arkansas State in the women's draw tomorrow beginning at 2 o'clock. Dan Peck will have the radio broadcast beginning at 1:45 along the Troy Sports Media Network. Crowd continues to settle in. Quite a lot of Cardinal in front of us. Not a whole lot of Royal Blue making the trip down from Norfolk, Virginia. That may be a factor. We anticipate that it will be. Our referees are Chris Ford, Tim Fitzgerald, Sidney Cohen. Again, a couple of things to bear in mind with the stats. Old Dominion is averaging 14.18 offensive rebounds a game. That is 7th in the country. Troy is averaging 14.13 offensive rebounds a game. That's tied for 8th in the country. These are two of the best offensive rebounding clubs in the country. Troy doesn't have the size inside with Cal Swinton Rogers and some of those guys in there. But the Trojans really get on the offensive glass. They find a man. Everybody crashes the board. Everybody's expected to rebound. And for the Trojans, that's definitely going to be a stressed point today.
And that's absolutely what was talked about in that film room is you play through every play. Just relentless effort. No matter the situation, you play to a standard, not to the scoreboard. And I just think they're ready to play. We shall see. It always, every game unfolds differently, and we'll see how the flow of the game goes. Officials often play a role in that as to how the game will unfold. But I just look for this Troy team to try to come out and do what they do and execute their will on the Monarchs.
It's interesting to note that this was a game of full preparation. Again, Troy didn't know it would be Old Dominion until Old Dominion wins yesterday in their victory over Appalachian State. So you had to pack a lot of stuff into a short amount of time. Bear in mind, Old Dominion is the only club in the Sun Belt Conference that Troy didn't play in the regular season. So it was no familiarity, Jerry, every bit of it. There's a lot of information packed into it, and you made the point about the great questions and the attention that the Trojan players made in this one. Kind of give an idea of exactly how motivated they're going to be to win this game tonight. Again, our referees are Chris Ford, Tim Fitzgerald, and Sidney Cohen. On the deck for Old Dominion, Davis, Johnson, Dura-Gordon, Blakeney, and Swanton Rogers. For Troy, it's the two Rigsbys, Marcus and Miles, along with Conaway, the player of the year in the league, Dowd, and Jackson Fields. Troy in the white uniforms with the Cardinal numbers, the Cardinal lettering, and the Cardinal and black trim. Very dark blue uniforms for Old Dominion. Fields at 6'8" will jump it up against 7-foot Swanton Roger. For Old Dominion, stepping in Chris Ford, and the quarterfinal round of the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. Final quarterfinal matchup of the evening is underway, and Old Dominion wins the tap in the backcourt with Dura-Gordon, bringing it up against Marcus Rigsby. Out of the top to Swanton Rogers between the rings, looking for a handoff, deflected by Conaway to Dowd, who runs up the court right to left. Checked over there by Jaden Johnson. Trojans get an early steal from Conaway.
Yeah, that's going to be key. Troy can make you turn the ball over, and they need to limit their turnovers as well.
Marcus Rigsby drives the lane, shows the ball a couple of times, misses in tight, battle for the rebound. Swanton Rogers covers it on the lane. Troy will tie it up. Active hands by Miles Rigsby. It's a held ball, and the possession arrow favors the Trojans. Boy, a few of those early on here to really get Old Dominion on their back of their heels would be well suited for what the Trojans are going to try to do.
That was good work by Miles Rigsby off the dribble. Just couldn't quite get it to finish, but Troy ties it up and keeps possession.
Baseline out of bounds. Fields outside the arc to the top to Miles. Now here's Marcus in the jump circle at midcourt, bouncing it to Fields with 13. No score yet, just underway. Conaway, three on the way. It's off the back iron, no. Battle for the rebound. Dura-Gordon will claim it. No check it. That is Jaden Johnson, also a big, sturdy guard. The point guard will bring it up. No score early. Miles Rigsby trying to guard against Johnson. He gets a screen, goes right side. Blakeney will hoist a wing three, rolls in and out. 3/4 of the way down. Rebound to Troy off the miss. That's Thomas Dowd. In forecourt, Jackson Fields shoved over there by Swanton. Roger kicks it out. It comes off of Robert Davis, and it'll be Troy's basketball on the sideline. Boy, I thought Fields attacking the basket off the right baseline. Got a pretty healthy shove from Callum Swanton Roger. Inbounds it comes short corner left side to Rigsby. This is Miles. Now to Marcus. Hits a three. In and out. No good. Rebound battle down. Comes to Miles. Miles will go to the free throw line on the foul from Swanton Roger. And that's where we like Miles Rigsby to be.
Just saw a case in point of how Tatum Conaway can affect the game and get nothing in the stat column. He absolutely got in there amongst the bigs, tapped that one away from them. Miles picks it up and gets to the free throw line.
Again, last two games, Miles Rigsby has hit 20 of 23 free throws. He has been at the line a lot, trying to give the Trojans an early lead, and he does. Miles, 78% from the line. That is 7th in the Sun Belt Conference. 1-0 Trojans. Troy wants this game to be ugly. I think assistant coach Kelvin Lewis calls it muddy. He wants it a muddy game, Jared.
Well, you're going to have to be like, it's going to be a very physical game as Rigsby makes the second. And you've got to work through that. You can't go to the rack and expect to get the foul call. You've got to play through that.
Conaway jabs at the basketball as Johnson, the freshman, brings it up. Wing pass right side, Duragordon. Now Swanton Roger. Dribble handoff goes to Jaden Johnson. Gets into the paint, throws it away. Trojans collect. Midcourt, Miles Rigsby gives it to Conaway. Double pump shot, no, but he'll head to the free throw line early on defensively. Old Dominion a little bit a step slow, and they've been loose with the basketball early.
And exactly what we expected. Troy gets the steal, and they immediately get out in transition. Didn't necessarily have the numbers, but they press the action, and Conaway will get to the line.
Swanson Roger with the first foul.
Troy's getting to the free throw line. We said free throw line getting there would be important. Certainly trying to keep them from getting there. But Troy's early on getting there themselves, although Conaway will miss 1 of 2 here.
3-0 Trojans. 2 minutes in. Midcourt. This is R.J. Blakeney, 6'6" senior. Dribble handoff goes from Swanton Roger. Blakeney on the right side. Turns down a 3 on the wing. Guarded by Dowd. Now dribbles in down the low block. It comes to Swanton Rogers, who found a little opening and slams it home. 3-2 Trojans.
And that's what he's looking for. He's not going to take any mid-range shots. He's looking to try to get the dunk.
Yep, he wants drop-offs. Oh, nice play. Marcus Rigsby drives hard right of the lane, knocks it down on a twisting layup. He hits the deck, count the bucket, and he'll go to the free throw line. Beautiful.
That's just, he got just a little bit of leverage, had 2 of the bigs on his shoulder. If that's Swanton Roger, that's going to be his second. Let's see who they call it on, and it is his second.
Early on, boy, they cannot afford to lose him. Trying to cap off a three-point play, Marcus Rigsby Jr., 63% from the line, hits. And a good start for the Trojans, up early, 6-2.
That's actually was on Davis, Robert Davis, not the big guy.
Davis is first. And the third foul already against Old Dominion. They're a bit slow on defense, a step slow. And there's Conaway. They didn't see him. High post. Duragordon has it swiped away. Conaway spins it around. The layup is blocked. Looked like goaltending. Troy is able to grab it back. Conaway has it on the left low blocks. Boy, he had a beautiful spinning layup. Looked like it was blocked. Trojans keep working. Conaway backs in and banks it home from 5 feet.
He spins as quick as anybody, doesn't he? In transition, they'll get up a 3 and miss it.
That's Duragordon. He is not a great three-point shooter. Trojans rebound. There's a lob to the front, knocked away by Davis. Trojans retain possession for Conaway. Wide open left baseline triple. Miles off the front lip. No, and the rebound taken away by Blakeney of Old Dominion. Trojans up 6. Blakeney's open left side, chest pass to the left baseline, back to Blakeney. Guarding him is Dowd. Crosses him over, gets him into the lane, kicks it out up top, little fall-away jumper. Jaden Rogers no good. A foul from Conaway right as the ball was released will send the freshman Jaden Johnson to the line for Old Dominion.
And he wants to press the action off the dribble. He's going to try to get some one-on-one opportunities like that. They pushed him to the middle. He missed the jumper but was fouled.
Jerry, 3.5 minutes in, already 4 turnovers for the Monarchs. Johnson hits the first free throw. Jaden Johnson from Walker Mill, Maryland. 8.8 points, 3.7 assists. Played 37 minutes against App State last night. Just 2 points, 1 of 7 from the floor. It's another factor we're going to bring up. Second free throw is off the mark. Rebound comes to Troy on the baseline. Dura-Gordon last night, 36 minutes. Robert Davis last night played the full 40 against Appalachian State. Johnson, 37 minutes. They've been doing that the entire tournament, Jerry.
It's hard enough to keep up with Troy with fresh legs. If they're able to do it with 3 games in 3 days under their belt, I'll certainly tip my hat.
Hats off to them. 8-3 Trojans. Pull-up jumper, rims off, no good for Miles Rigsby. Callum Swanton-Roger gets the rebound, working in open court. Now backing it away is Blakeney. Jumper on the way. It's off the mark. Dura-Gordon, offensive rebound by Swanton-Roger. Blakeney will take another shot. This one rolls out, no. Dowd cannot control the rebound. It's out of bounds to Old Dominion when we come back. 15:46 in the first half of play. It's Troy 8, ODU 3 on the Troy Sports Media Network. The city of Troy welcomes you to Troy University Trojan Basketball. The city of Troy is proud to support men's basketball coach Scott Cross and the Troy University Trojans. You're always welcome in the city of Troy, and go Trojans.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
Troy basketball is presented in part by Southeast Alabama Rural Health Associates. Sarah, celebrating 40 years of providing quality health care to Southeast Alabama. Barry McKnight, Jerry Miller. The start has been muddy, but if you wipe off the lens with your sleeve or something, you see Troy with an 8-3 lead right now. One of the key numbers that I see early on, and this, again, it is very early on. Old Dominion has taken 5 shots, and they've turned it over 4 times, Jerry. That's not a winning ratio.
Yeah, they're out-rebounding Troy right now 7-5, but only 2 of those are offensive rebounds. Troy has 2 themselves. I like where the numbers are. It is a bit of a muddy game. You said they use that description, and that's what it has been to this point.
Trojans out of the timeout. Scott Cross stays with his starters. He does have an advantage on the bench. 20 to shoot as ODU looks to inbound it. Finally get it out long to Swanton-Roger, the big 7-footer. He'll hand it away, and they'll run the half court through Jaden Johnson, the point guard. Conaway defends. A screen from Swanton-Roger up top. Johnson doesn't do anything with it. Right side, Blakeney all alone from 3. Turns it down, lost it on the drive inside off of Jackson Fields, who did a nice job anchoring the defense in the paint. It stays with Old Dominion with 5 to shoot.
Well, you see Blakeney there, who's only a 19% shooter out there outside the arc. He's missed one already. He passed up on that one and tried to drive it. Almost turned it over. Troy did touch it before it went out.
4 to shoot. This is Davis. No. Rebound tapped off of Jackson Fields. Nope. Last touched, as it turns out, by Dura-Gordon, and the Trojans get it back. Old Dominion has 1 field goal so far. It came from Swanton-Roger on a dunk. So far, the defense has done some work. For the first time, ODU goes to the bench. Blakeney is out. In his place is Scotty Hubbard, a 6'6 player, a freshman. They need shooting, and Blakeney's not an outside guy, as Jerry pointed out.
Yeah, Hubbard shoots 39% from three-point range. That leads the team.
Between the rings, Marcus Rigsby Jr., his club up 5 here, popping out up top, Dowd. Wing pass left side to Miles Rigsby. They'll switch, and it'll be Davis guarding against Miles, who takes him inside. Lost his footing. That's a travel. That's endemic to this playing surface. We've seen it for years here, Jerry.
We haven't seen it as bad so far, but that's exactly what that was. It'll happen every now and then. They'll get some condensation there, and you'll see certain spots get wet.
Get ready, the Op Rattlesnake Rodeo is back March 21st through the 23rd, and this year's lineup is bigger than ever. Friday night, a free concert with Confederate Railroad. Saturday, country legend Tracy Lawrence, and Sunday, Shenandoah takes the stage. Plus, enjoy the thrilling snake shows, rattlesnake races, arts and crafts, and the best festival food around. Tickets start at $25. Get yours now at rattlesnakerodeo.com. Don't miss the fun March 21st through the 23rd at the Op Rattlesnake Rodeo, where the legends play and the snakes slither. For trusted, compassionate care, visit Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort in Troy. Dr. Steve Barron, a Troy native and Troy University graduate, is committed to keeping your pets healthy and happy. He's proud to serve Troy and surrounding communities with top-notch veterinary care. Located on Highway 231 South in Troy, he offers comprehensive services from routine checkups to specialized treatments, all delivered with a personal touch. Call Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort today and give your pets the care they deserve. Southern Animal Hospital, where your pet's health comes first. You've been listening to Troy University Men's Basketball on WTBF FM 94.7. Brought to you exclusively by Jones Medical Supply here in Troy, Merchant Nissan, Precision Gutters, your Edward Jones agent Craig Helm, Wise Office Supply, Kids First Pediatrics, The Farmer's Daughter in Ayrton, and Bayou LaRue. See you next game.
Increases their chance of weight gain, according to new studies. So they say the angrier men get, the more likely they are to gain weight, because hostility is associated with depression, poor diet, and lack of exercise, which can increase how much you weigh. Makes you think differently about Santa, though, doesn't it? You know, we've been painted this picture of the jolly, hefty man in Santa. What if he's not so jolly? Wouldn't that be different? Instead of like, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, he walks in like, pipe down, everybody. You'll get your stupid presents.
The best music is on 94.7 WTBF FM.
Tech cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUS to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUS for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUS for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Favor Old Dominion. Scott Cross, Greg Young on the Troy sidelines. Shuttling in a couple of the starters back. Returning is Marcus Rigsby. So is Conaway, who only took a very short break on the bench.
Yeah, you've got your starting lineup back in there except for Randarius Jones, who remains on the floor for Jackson Fields.
Boy, Randarius had a terrific game in Troy's win at Texas State a week and a half ago. Left side, Blakeney, they leave him alone. A step back is Dowd. Blakeney spins inside against him, takes him to the bucket. Dowd blocks the shot, but they're going to call it on him. and send Blakeney to the line again.
I thought he was in good position there. I didn't see much contact at all. Assistant Coach Greg Young, who you don't see get animated a lot, not happy about that. Coach Cross questions, but they say they got him with the body.
Old Dominion has missed 7 of their last 8 shots. They're only 3 of 15 shooting, Jerry. They're staying attached at the free throw line.
That's where they like to get.
Blakeney's first, too strong.
This will be the 7th and 8th attempt for them already. Troy also has 6 attempts.
Neither team shooting well from the arc. A combined 3 for 15. Blakeney is just a 59% free throw shooter, trying to get his club to within 3, and he does. Blakeney has 6. Troy's lead is 3. 8:39 in the first. Conaway tries to blow by Diggs. Jump pass goes to the wing left to Miles. Back down low to Conaway. Reverse scoop layup, no good. Swanton Roger got the rebound, had his pocket picked by Tatum Conaway, and Conaway converts. Wow.
That's just grand larceny right in front of a huge crowd. I mean, he literally picked his pocket right there underneath the goal.
Troy by 15, 8:09 in the first. Dribbling out on the perimeter, Jaden Johnson. High post, now outside the high post is Swanton Roger. Blakeney fakes a 3. Left side triple up on the way. It's too strong, no good for Johnson. Long rebound comes to Tatum Conaway. Through some traffic, shovel pass goes to Marcus Rigsby. Operating against Diggs, he'll back it away. Get a return pass up at the top from Brandarius Jones. Pull-up jumper, no good from 15. Rebound taken by Dura Gordon of the Monarchs. They're going to run a little bit here, down 5. Slowing it up. Left baseline is Johnson. Triple on the way. Blakeney. No. Rebound. Trojans are all over it, but cannot secure it in. Jones and Miles Rigsby both were on it. Neither of them secured it, and Old Dominion will have another crack at it upon our return. 7:28 showing on the first half clock at the Pensacola Bay Center. Trojans 19, Monarchs 14. Here on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Miles Rigsby, 2024 Sunbelt Conference Freshman of the Year and member of your Troy Trojans men's basketball team. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait, get vaccinated today to help stop the spread and keep our community safe. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Goldfingers, tenders, and wings in Troy by Publix. Order ahead at trygoldfingers.com or on the Goldfingers app. Go gold with Goldfingers. Troy 19, Old Dominion 14. The Monarchs have never led. We've got 7:28 in the first half of play. Again, Troy baseball falls late on the road at South Carolina Upstate this afternoon. Final game of the series tomorrow is set for noon Central Time. Radio broadcast will begin right at noon tomorrow here along the Troy Sports Media Network. Tomorrow, the women's basketball team will play in the semis. Shanda Rigby's Trojans against Arkansas State. That's 2 o'clock tomorrow. Also on the Troy Sports Media Network. This is a busy time, Jerry.
It is fun time for if you're an athletic fan and the opportunity to see all kind of different sports and all of them playing exceptionally well right now. Congratulations to Coach Shanda Rigby and her club. They were just dominant in their win, particularly in the second half today. Hopefully that's going to be a precursor of things to come into the semifinals, now 2 away from getting to the dance.
Troy going to have to defend on a baseline out of bounds, losing a clear rebound. Out of the timeout, Fields and Conaway. Marcus and Miles Rigsby and Theo Sang. For Old Dominion, it's Caden Diggs along with Cal Swanton Roger. The inbounder will be Jaden Johnson right of the lane line. At each of the elbows is Blakeney and Duragordon. Duragordon cuts down low, can't find him. Instead, it's Blakeney on the right baseline. Against Sang, jab steps, that's what he does. Jab steps, ball fakes. Hesitation move into the lane. Trojans have him pinned, and Sang's able to block it away. Out of bounds, it's off of Troy. Conaway tried his best to save it in. T-Roy is able to grab it and hand it to Tatum and gesticulate triumphantly to the crowd and take a few bows.
Well defended there by Theo Sang.
Didn't leave his feet. Walled straight up vertical. 10 to shoot. Inbound comes long to R.J. Blakeney. Takes it inside against Sang. Jump stop. Trojans will knock it away again. That's a block by Jackson Fields, who took a tumble. Bounces out of bounds again. It's Old Dominion basketball, but 4 seconds left on the shot clock here. Troy by 5. 7-10 in the first half. A very low-scoring affair so far, which is really what Old Dominion needed. Again, Johnson. No movement away from the basketball. Looking for somebody. Finds Blakeney against Sang. Triple on the way. No. Rebound long to Conaway. Trojans have numbers 3-on-2. Conaway shovels it right side. Marcus Rigsby misses the shot strong. Lots of contact. Zero whistle. The other way, Old Dominion. Blakeney ahead against Rigsby, who knocked it away. Blakeney gets it back. Knocked away again. Conaway elevates, and in foul ground, he throws it off of Blakeney for a Trojan possession.
He's just uncanny. He knocked that one away, and while he's in midair, he controls it, leaps out, and just bounces it off the defender's hip to give Troy the possession. That would have been an unfortunate turnaround, missing a 2 on our end and then giving up 1 on the other end, but Conaway's great effort gives Troy another chance.
Elbow right. This is Rigsby feeding Sang for a 3. Well short. Rebound long to Marcus Rigsby. Troy will recircle the wagons. Free throw line, Miles Rigsby. Triple on the way. Sang. That one is short. Rebound taken by Sean Duragordon. Troy by 5. Here comes Blakeney against Sang. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound to Miles Rigsby. 3-on-3 as Conaway gives it back to Marcus Rigsby, who steps into a 3. That's no good. Swanton Roger gets the rebound. Neither team has scored in a couple of minutes.
Yep.
ODU has missed 14 of their last 15. Jaden Johnson shaking and baking baseline against Sang. Tries the reverse. No. But there will be free throws coming up on a whistle against Troy. Trojans have missed 4 of their last, or actually 7 of their last 8 shots.
Troy is really getting the job done defensively, but not able to take advantage of it on the offensive end. Had some really good looks the last 2 times down and haven't been able to get anything to fall.
Theo Sang, 6'9" senior, Davis, California, has just been whistled for his second personal foul. Troy's committed 5, so have the Monarchs. Free throw can't climb the rim for Jaden Johnson. It's short, and we stay at 19-14. Seems like we've stayed there for about 15 minutes. Out of the game, Blakeney. Boy, he's been playing hard. He has got to be just gassed. Sang comes out for Troy. In his place will be Valdez. A bit of a change. 1 of 2 free throws for Jaden Johnson. Troy by 4. Very low scoring. We're just a tick inside 6 minutes here in the half. Valdez, sophomore out of Monterrey, Mexico. Conaway back to Valdez. Shovel down low. Jackson Fields. Watch out. 2-hand rim shaker for Jackson Fields. His first bucket.
Conaway to Valdez to Fields. Just great ball movement there. The extra pass resulted in an easy bucket to break that string.
Yeah, great movement away from the basketball by Fields to make himself available for the quick pass from Valdez. Triple baseline left. An air ball for Caden Diggs. Battle for the rebound. It's off of ODU and out of bounds. Duragordon. He's been pretty quiet. Averages 16 points a game. He has gotten just 1 field goal so far. It was a triple. Troy by 6. Conaway fakes a pass cross court. They get it to the baseline right to Valdez. Double team comes. Passing inside. This is Marcus Rigsby, a cutter. Turns down a layup. Instead brings it back out. Valdez has it partially blocked as he hits the deck. Missed. And it comes to Callum Swanton-Roger. The other way, Diggs misses the layup. It comes off of the bottom of the backboard, and Diggs was the last one to touch it.
It hit him while he's standing out of bounds. A good call by the official. Troy good in transition defense there. Well, I really thought Marcus Rigsby had a golden opportunity there. Got pushed just a little bit too far under and had to kick it out. But Troy finding some gaps into the paint. They're doing a good job in the paint. Troy so far, trying to see paint points, 14 points in the paint.
Leading by 6, 5 minutes to go. Into the game, Cooper Campbell for Troy. Mike Jones, the head coach at ODU, having to dig deep into the bench. Jackson Fields fakes a three. Instead, shuttle pass right side to Campbell. Campbell through the lane and back out again. Fields, foul on extended left, shovels it back, sets a screen for Campbell, takes a triple. It's an air ball. Out of bounds to ODU. 4:35 to go. Trojans have led by 7. They lead by 6 right now. Just can't get clear of these scrappy Monarchs.
You'll rarely see Campbell miss one that bad. A little confusion there. There was some conversation between he and Fields. He launched the three and came up short.
Jaden Johnson against fellow freshman Cooper Campbell. Wing pass left side, Dura Gordon against Miles Rigsby. Into the lane, jump stop, puts a wild shot up, no. Rebound one on a hop by Cooper Campbell against Vytautas Zygas into the game. He rarely plays. Conaway, a great move in the lane. Layup, oh my gosh, a thing of beauty for Conaway. Troy now up by 8, their largest lead 4 minutes ago in the half. Conaway, that's just spectacular.
Good rebound, good outlet pass from Cooper Campbell, and then Conaway does what he does in transition.
This is Zygas for a three, no good. The Lithuanian misses long. Rebound again comes to Troy. Off a tap by Jackson Fields. It's Miles Rigsby across the timeline. Now Conaway holds it on his right hip into the Sun Belt Conference logo at midcourt. Return pass from Jackson Fields, trying to set up the PNR, the pick and roll. Conaway drives, layup. Oh, you bet, you bet. And a foul. Holy smokes.
I'm just not sure what you can do against that. He contorts, he twists. Just a great move into paint. You see him get that scoop up before the defender even knows that he's going to get a shot away.
Before we break away, let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification on the Troy Sports Media Network.
This is Troy head basketball coach Scott Cross, and you're listening to 107.5 FM, 1210 AM. ESPN, The Ticket, WTXK, Pike Road, Montgomery.
3:29 in the first half. Troy up 10, 25-15 with an and one opportunity coming up in just a moment to Tatum Conaway. With Jerry Miller, I'm Barry McKnight. We're at the Pensacola Bay Center, Pensacola, Florida, in the Sun Belt Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. Back in the studio, our broadcast producer, Scott Hageman. This is the Troy Sports Media Network.
Here in the South, our favorite season is the 5th and most important one, football season. Whether you find yourself basking in the glow of the Friday night lights or tailgating with hundreds of thousands of your closest friends on college Saturdays, let Pig Enterprises get you there in style. With over 100 top-quality pre-owned vehicles, you're sure to find the perfect game day ride. Come see us in Prattville or shop online 24/7 at PIGGENT.com. We can even deliver it right to your driveway. Win big with Pig, the #1 pre-owned dealer in the state of Alabama. Score your next vehicle at Pig Enterprises and get a squeal of a deal.
Beasley Allen is proud to support the Troy Trojans. Beasley Allen has been helping those who need it most since 1979. This applies to the clients they serve, but also to the community. The firm is involved in a wide variety of service projects that touch the lives of individuals in several locations, including the River region. Visit them online at BeasleyAllen.com or follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Trojans 25, Old Dominion 15, 3:29 left until halftime. Coming up on our halftime show, presented by Jones Medical Supply. A look at the statistics, and so far we're starting to see a little bit more of Tatum Conaway taking over this game, Jay.
Yeah, I think he is. This is where those fresher legs of Troy may be taking over a little bit, getting late into the half here. the first half, it just looks like Conaway's a good half step or more quicker than anybody else out on the floor.
The foul was against Scotty Hubbard on an absolutely beautiful play, right-handed layup from the left side of the cup. Hubbard's first. Conaway at the line looking to get into double figures. He's a 66% free throw shooter. The Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year will hit. Climb the rim. He's in double figures. First one in the game to get to that point. Troy's lead is 11, largest of the first half, and they'll press a little bit in the backcourt. I like it.
Again, just continue to wear on them as much as possible.
Blakeney able to get out of a midcourt trap. He dribbled right into it, split it, and got it to Dura-Gordon, and brings it back out to the top. Dribbling with the left hand, Jaden Johnson. Bounce pass goes to the outside. Danny Pounds in the game. A big sophomore. Hands it back to Johnson on the outside. 4 to shoot. Knocked away. Loose. Johnson will get it. Cannot get a shot away in time from the arc. And the Trojans defense continues to just squeeze like a vice. Old Dominion hasn't made but one of their last 18 shots.
Just contesting everything are the Trojans. 8 turnovers now forced.
On the floor, Conaway, Valdez, Fields, Campbell, and Miles Rigsby. It's Campbell with it on the left foul line extended. 17 to shoot now for Conaway. They want to see if they can create. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Rigsby, back to Conaway. After Pounds got a hand on it. 8 to shoot. Conaway one-on-one into the lane. Lost it. Nice defense by Blakeney. The Trojans will try to tie up Blakeney, who hit the deck. And that'll keep possession Troy's way because of the shot, possession arrow. 2:31 in the first half. I like Troy defensively getting into that full court press. They tried that midcourt trap and almost got a steal out of it. Just trying to keep the pressure on ODU and tire them out.
That was good defense there by the Monarchs. They will lose possession to the arrow, but they really did a good job. Had Troy disrupted there and forced the turnover.
They had an 18-point win against Louisiana in their first game. That was on Wednesday. A 3-point win against Texas State on Thursday. A 5-point win last night against Appalachian State. It's a 4-game winning streak going back to the end of the regular year after they had lost 6 in a row.
Officials are looking at something, and they've quickly resolved it. Yep. Hopefully they won't fall into the trap of the previous game. Those guys were going to need some makeup artists as much face time as they were getting.
You know, we were listening last night and watching some of the App State Old Dominion game, and it was nip and tuck down to the very end, but Old Dominion held App State to just one of their final 12 shots in the second half. Their defense really clamped down. It's a capable defense.
Oh, no question about that.
Conaway, head of the key. 11 to shoot against Pounds. Blows by him. Layup is good. They will give it to him. Pounds got it off the glass. That's goaltending. Conaway has 12, and they cannot stay in front of him out on the floor.
Got that call right. Definitely goaltending. It was going down, too. It was going to be a bucket anyway.
2:12 left. Old Dominion gets it into forecourt. Johnson goes left side to the left-handed Lithuanian Zygos Blakeney. Now Johnson.
They'll give Zygos that shot, I assure you.
Just a freshman. 8 to shoot for Blakeney. Baseline triple. Dura-Gordon, yes. Very sluggish set offensively. Dura-Gordon hits his second three-pointer. He is a 32% three-point guy. Good enough to respect. Cuts it down to 10. A minute 36 to go. Rigsby to Cooper Campbell, in for Marcus Rigsby. Now Conaway. Thought about a long three. He second thought he'll take it, and he'll knock it down. Boy, you could light a cigar on Tatum Conaway right now. He is hot.
Just a little jab step. They didn't come out. He was testing the water. They didn't come out and get him, so he backed up and shot the stationary three.
13-point lead for Troy. A minute and 11. Johnson splits a double team, puts the layup up, and it is rejected. Jackson Fields. Here comes Campbell for the Troy Trojans into attack court. Valdez shuttles it left baseline. Who else? Conaway against the freshman Zygos. He'll spin against him. Zygos right with him. Nice job to cut off the baseline. Troy will look for a better shot with 51 seconds left in the half. Now Conaway shakes some base against Zygos at the top. Ducking under a three is Valdez. Inside, that's Rigsby. Got it to the bucket, and it drops cleanly through as a foul is called.
Just hungers for the contact. Passed on the three, took it in, drew the contact, and got it to go. He finishes so well. It's the freshman called for the foul.
First on Vytautas Zygas.
First bucket for Miles Rigsby, but his contribution here has been defensively.
15-point lead for Troy. Rigsby, as we pointed out before, 7th in the league in free throw shooting at 78%, going for the and one here with 43 seconds to go in the half. On the way and good. Miles averages 12 points a game. He's got 5 in the first half. 39 seconds to go. Johnson sprints into forecourt with the right-hand dribble, calls the timeout. And Mike Jones going to take a look at it. Troy this year, 16-4 when leading at halftime. 9-3 in the Sun Belt Conference. And boy, you look at some of those they lost when leading at halftime. You just had one of those games back. The Louisiana game, the Texas State game, the Arkansas State game at Trojan Arena, and the Trojans would be the number 1 seed in this deal.
And that'll be some of the conversation in the locker room. Troy will take a lead into the locker room for sure, but they'll be reminded that they've had leads before and let them slip away, so they'll try to get refocused and come back out with the intensity. They should get another possession here. 38 seconds on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock, so expect Troy to defend hard here and feel like they'll get one more possession to take the final shot of the half.
Endeavoring to go into the locker room with a flourish. Towards that end, Troy has connected on their last 5 shots from the floor. Meanwhile, Old Dominion has connected on just 1 shot in their last 13. They've got the basketball now. About 9 seconds difference in the clocks. Conaway guards Jaden Johnson. Jump pass across Blakeney. Now at the top. Pounds with a 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded offensively. Dura Gordon has his putback blocked away by Miles Rigsby. That's fantastic. Comes to Campbell, and the Trojans can play for the final shot.
Yeah, it'll be they'll cross the timeline with about 12 seconds on there.
Guess who's got the basketball out on the floor?
And might as well isolate him. Look for him to try to get a paint touch here. If it's clear, he'll take it. If not, he'll kick it out.
Conaway with 2. Layup is on the way at the horn, off the glass. A beauty, and it counts. Wow. Well, Conaway has 14 in the half.
Well, this crowd and the TV audience, the radio audience, anybody paying attention to this is getting a healthy look at why Tatum Conaway was the Sun Belt Player of the Year.
Troy has doubled up. Old Dominion in the first half with their largest lead of 18. Halftime score, Trojans 36, Monarchs 18. Halftime programming is coming up on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Leadership, dedication, hard work, excellence. Words used to describe a winning team. When it comes to your health and well-being, the winning team at Troy Regional is here to provide the safest and highest quality of care. With winning teams providing emergency treatment, primary care, and special services, we want to make a difference in the lives of the people who entrust their care to us. Continuing the rich tradition of delivering quality health care, Troy Regional Medical Center, right here, close to home.
Looking for a better financial future? Look no further than Guardian Credit Union. With branches across Alabama, Guardian can help you reach your financial goals. Whether you're looking to cover an unexpected expense, for checking accounts that earn more, or in the market for your next home, Guardian is here for you. With Guardian, you can expect reliable financial solutions and unmatched local service. Find a branch near you at myguardiancu.com. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA, NMLS number 912757.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
I'm Don Duncan with All-American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. We've expanded our Madison Avenue and Millbrook locations, adding even more bays to get you in and out faster. And of course, our Bell Road location is always ready to serve you too. Let us earn your trust for your vehicle maintenance and repairs. And you can count on us at All-American Auto and Tire for the best tire prices in the River region. 3 locations to serve you in Montgomery and Millbrook.
Tires, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCAA.
Welcome to the Troy Game Day Halftime Show, presented by Jones Medical Supply, the official oxygen provider for the Troy Trojans and your source for CPAPs, home oxygen, and all your mobility needs. Check out jonesmed.com so you can see why home-owned and operated does make a difference. With Jerry Miller, Barry McKnight here at the Pensacola Bay Center, the Sun Belt Conference quarterfinals, and Troy closes with a flourish, leading here 36-18 over Old Dominion at the break. A lot of the boxes, a lot of the goals that Coach Cross set out for this team early on, I believe they've checked every one of them, Jerry.
Well, they really have. I think the defensive effort has been absolutely supreme. Now, Davis got in foul trouble, but he's their leading scorer. He's yet to scratch. No points for him, but he sat on the bench most of the first half.
Yep.
So you lean toward Dura-Gordon, and Troy's absolutely defended him well. He hasn't gotten to the free throw line yet. He has nailed a couple of threes, but they've had to depend on some other guys to try to stay connected, and they just haven't been able to do it. And they've gotten a steady dose the latter half of the first half from Tatum Conaway, the Sun Belt Player of the Year. 17 points at the break, and he has been outstanding on the offensive end. I think you look to Miles Rigsby, who has set the tone on the defensive end.
Yes, it's been more than a steady dose. I'm telling you, he has smothered them so far. Halftime score here, Troy 36, Old Dominion 18. Coming up in a moment, Jerry Miller takes a look at stats. We catch you up on the bracket and Troy athletics as well. We're at the Pensacola Bay Center. Trojans up 18 at the break on the Troy Sports Media Network.
The city of Troy welcomes you to Troy University Trojan Basketball. The city of Troy is proud to support men's basketball coach Scott Cross and the Troy University Trojans. You're always welcome in the city of Troy, and go Trojans!
When you're a Trojan, you know what it means to stand strong and work hard. When it comes to banking, you deserve that same commitment. That's where Troy Bank and Trust comes in. From checking accounts to investment accounts to loans, Troy Bank and Trust has been supporting Troy University and its students for generations. With 13 branches, we're local, dedicated, and we're just as invested in your success as you are. For every financial need along life's journey, rely on us. Today, tomorrow, and always, the only bank you'll ever need. Troy Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
You have slow or clogged drains, a leaky faucet, or breakers that keep tripping. Call United. They are #1 in the river region for a reason.
Has your system struggled heating and cooling all year? Sign up for our annual maintenance plan. At United, we service and repair all brands 24/7.
Team up with United for all your home needs.
Get a slam dunk when you call United at 262-0247 or visit unitedheating.net and like us on Facebook, and go Trojans.
Alabama certification number 84560.
Beasley Allen is proud to support the Troy Trojans. Beasley Allen has been helping those who need it most since 1979. This applies to the clients they serve, but also to the community. The firm is involved in a wide variety of service projects that touch the lives of individuals in several locations, including the River region. Visit them online at BeasleyAllen.com or follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of the legal services performed by other lawyers.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. Here at the break, Troy 36, Old Dominion 18 in the Sun Belt quarterfinals. If Troy holds that advantage, Troy will move to the semifinals tomorrow at 7:30 against James Madison, the 2 seed. We'll have the broadcast beginning at 7 o'clock. Troy women already have punched their ticket to the semis. They win big over Marshall earlier today here, 85-54. Tomorrow, Troy will have a rematch against Arkansas State. That's a 2 o'clock start time. Dan Peck has the radio broadcast beginning at 1:45 on the Troy Sports Media Network. Troy baseball falls late today at South Carolina Upstate, 5-4. Each team has won one game of the series. They'll play the rubber game of the series tomorrow beginning at noon. Broadcast on the Troy Sports Media Network will begin right at noon sharp. Troy softball wins 4 over the weekend at home against UMass, winning today twice, 7-0 and 15-7. That catches you up a little bit there. Women's basketball again tomorrow. The women's basketball semis will have Coastal against James Madison at 11:30. Troy and Arkansas State tomorrow afternoon at 2. The semifinals on the men's side tomorrow, Arkansas State versus South Alabama, 5 o'clock. And, of course, the winner of this game at 7:30 against 2 seed James Madison. When we come back, Jerry Miller takes a look at first half stats. They're bound to look pretty good. Troy has doubled up Old Dominion 20 minutes in. Trojans 36, Monarchs 18 is your score at the break on the Troy Sports Media Network.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
At Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center, we're on a mission to save lives by preventing amputations. According to a recent American Diabetic Association study, 53% of amputees don't live past a year. Our approach to wound care is dynamic and highly effective. With innovations in our vascular treatment, infusion center, and DNA cultures, we go above and beyond to help you save your limbs, even if others have told you it's not possible. Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center is here for you when no option is not an option. We're here to get you back in the game of life.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Life South Community Blood Centers is facing a critical shortage of type O negative blood along with A negative and B negative. And because O negative is the blood type anyone can use in an emergency, it makes that shortage even more serious. So if you have a negative blood type, please donate blood today. Your community is counting on you. Call toll-free 888-795-2707 for information.
Here in the South, our favorite season is the 5th and most important one, football season. Whether you find yourself basking in the glow of the Friday night lights or tailgating with hundreds of thousands of your closest friends on college Saturdays, let Pick Enterprises get you there in style. With over 100 top quality pre-owned vehicles, you're sure to find the perfect game day ride. Come see us in Prattville or shop online 24/7 at PIGGENT.com. We can even deliver it right to your driveway. Win big with Pig, the #1 pre-owned dealer in the state of Alabama. Score your next vehicle at Pig Enterprises and get a squeal of a deal.
Looking for the best seats at great prices? Tickets for Less get you access to the best Troy basketball tickets available. In addition to thousands of other events, get yours at ticketsforless.com. At intermission, Troy 36, Old Dominion 18 in the quarterfinals here in Pensacola. Jerry Miller has a look at first half stats.
Good first half for the Trojans, as the score indicates, 36-18. Troy, both teams started off a little cool. Troy got hot. The Monarchs did not. Troy 14 of 35 from the floor. That's 40%. The Monarchs only 4 field goals in the first half. 4 of 30, 13% there. Troy was 2 of 12 from three-point range, but they didn't have to be good from three-point range. We'll tell you why in a minute. The Monarchs slightly better, maybe 3 of 13 overall. Both teams about the same at the free throw line. Troy 6 of 8 and the Monarchs 7-10. Trojans didn't have to shoot a lot of threes because they were able to score in the paint. A 24-2 advantage for Troy in the paint. That is getting it done in the paint. They do get out-rebounded. The Monarchs had 27 rebounds, including 11 offensive rebounds. Troy with 23 total rebounds, 7 offensive, but second chance points. They had 11 offensive rebounds, did not score a single second chance points. Troy got 8 off of their 7 offensive rebounds. Troy forced 9 turnovers in the first half and scored 10 points off of those 9 turnovers. Troy only turned it over 3 times and gave up 5 points off of those turnovers. Individually, you take a look first at the Monarchs. Their leading scorer, they had 2. Dura Gordon, who is one of their top scorers, had 6. Blakeney, who had a volume number of shots, also had 6. Dura Gordon, Johnson, and they played all 20 minutes, didn't come out of the ball game at all. Blakeney played 15 minutes. Their leading scorer, Davis, got in foul trouble, only played 7 minutes and did not score. The story for the Trojans, it was Tatum Conaway, 17 first-half points. He played 18 minutes. He averaged almost a point a minute in the first half. Also with 18 minutes was Miles Rigsby, and Rigsby finished the first half with 5. But his contribution was on the defensive end. To see if Trojans can recreate that intensity and not let these guys off the mat here in the second half.
Second half action is coming up. Trojans 36, ODU 18. Your score at halftime on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Hey, Trojan fans, this is Miles Rigsby, 2024 Sunbelt Conference Freshman of the Year and member of your Troy Trojans men's basketball team. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Get vaccinated today to help stop the spread and keep our community safe. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted best wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
If you're in need of demolition or concrete cutting, call JB Waste Connection. Over 23 years, your trusted local source for all demolition and concrete cutting needs. When you call them, a real person will answer the phone, not a recording. Call 334-301-4414 and check their availability as well as schedule your services. JB Waste Connection takes pride in their top-notch customer service. Learn more about their services at jettisonenvironmental.com. JB Waste Connection, your local solution for quality and convenience.
I'm Don Duncan with All-American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. We've expanded our Madison Avenue and Millbrook locations, adding even more bays to get you in and out faster. And of course, our Bell Road location is always ready to serve you too. Let us earn your trust for your vehicle maintenance and repairs. And you can count on us at All-American Auto and Tire for the best tire prices in the River region. 3 locations to serve you in Montgomery and Millbrook.
Tires, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire.
Outdoor Alabama reminds you that time spent outdoors is the best time. Plan your next adventure at OutdoorAlabama.com. Go hunt, go fish, get outdoors. I'm Barry McKnight. Halftime over. Troy 36, Old Dominion 18. Second half is upon us. Jerry Miller, what's important?
Well, I think to come out first 5 minutes, reestablish that you're the dominant team. Do not let the Monarchs off the mat, in particularly Robert Davis, who will he'll start the second half with 3 fouls. He's a guy that you know they're going to try to finally get injected into the offense. Let's don't let him get off the mat.
Trojans will play defense first time through. Old Dominion gets the inbounds pass at midcourt. They'll work on the basket to our left. Down 18 for a club that's not a great scoring team. They're 11th in the league. Three-pointer up on the way. No good, Jaden Johnson. Big Callum Swanton Roger tried to save it in on the sideline. Almost made the bucket with a No-look pass. Trojans get it back the other way. Miles Rigsby, just a beautiful left-hand dribble against Dura Gordon to reverse lay it in transition. Boy, did they look slow in that particular defensive set.
It's just going to be hard to think that they can muster the energy that it's going to take to come back from this deficit. For Troy, you just can't help them. You can't get lazy. You can't get lackadaisical. You've got to finish this off.
Dowd defends against Blakeney. Nice runner from the right side. Banks it off the glass from 5 feet.
Boy, he's done a good job of trying to pick up the slack.
Got 8 points. And the other way, again, Trojans ahead of everybody. Nice give from Marcus Rigsby to Jackson Fields, who ran the floor. They couldn't keep up with him. An easy lay-in. He's got 4, and the lead is back to 20.
And if fatigue does set in, it'll show up in those transition opportunities for Troy.
It's not that they're not efforting. It's just that they just can't get there with those tired legs. Pull-up jumper, no good. Johnson rebounded offensively. Dura Gordon will stick it back. That's what he does.
First time he's been able to get a second chance point. That's the first second chance points for the Monarchs, and no surprise it came from Dura Gordon.
Conaway handles it for the first time against Jaden Johnson, who leans into him across midcourt. Reverses right side, and Johnson that time on the drive leans in just a little bit too much. That's a foul out there about 10 feet outside the arc on the right side. Johnson's first. I'm sorry, his second.
If he gets leverage on you like that, there's no catching up to him.
Well, you and I talked about it. When he's handling the ball, he wants to feel you. He wants to have you leaning on him so he knows where you are.
He gets low in that dribble. He gets you on his hip, knows exactly where you are, just is relentless pressure.
And has a great idea of leverage. There's a backdoor cut, Conaway. A layup is up high over Swanton Roger. No. Rebound comes off of Dura Gordon, out of bounds. Into the Troy cheerleaders on the baseline. Trojans have it back with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Tatum was looking for the contact there, trying to get the foul. Didn't really have a good look at the bucket. Got the contact, but didn't get the call.
They're going to double check, and they'll say, yeah, they do deserve 20 seconds rather than a change in possession. Out of the top, this is Rigsby. Now to his brother Marcus Rigsby. One-on-one versus Davis. Baseline 3 down. Front lip no. Rebound won by Fields. Kicked out of bounds. Who touched it last? It was Blakeney. Right in front of the Troy bench. Trojans have it back.
Just supreme effort from Troy right now. They are coming out with some intensity. Good work there from Fields and Miles Rigsby to get another 20 and the possession.
2 minutes and 8 seconds have elapsed here. There's a stoppage for a moment. I see some moisture on the court, it looks like. Here comes Mop Guy. Troy 40, Old Dominion 22, 17:52 to go here in the second half.
There's a few people more important than the Mop Guy in the Bay Center.
Yeah, much respect to the Bay Center Mop Guy. Again, they've got an ice hockey rink underneath, and condensation, particularly as it gets out of wintertime into early spring, it just is always there. Inbounds it comes. Fields at the head of the attack. Cutting in down low. Miles Rigsby. Ball fake. Tough shot. Got it over Dura Gordon with Davis over there as well, and he got it in. Miles has 9.
Good dump pass in there from Jackson Fields, and great patience from Miles Rigsby not to hurry that shot. Got the opening he needed and an easy bucket. Another 2 points in the paint for Troy.
Davis has been so quiet. Dump pass inside. Trying to find Swanton Roger. Trojans will force the turnover. Wide side down. A wide open 3. Count it. Holy smokes. The turnover. The assist. The triple by Dowd. Oh, beautiful, Jerry.
Just beat them back in transition. That created an open opportunity. They are getting a lot of open looks here in the second half.
Blakeney answers with a 3 from the left wing. He is playing his heart out. A senior from Baltimore. He's got 11.
Yeah.
Able to answer.
I don't know if you can overstate that, the heart that you're seeing out of the Monarchs and Blakeney, Dura Gordon, a couple of those seniors that trying to extend their season even more.
Marcus Rigsby had a little leverage on Blakeney, who reaches in, whistled for the foul. That's the first on R.J. Blakeney. 16:45 in the second half. They're going to have to go a little smaller, it looks like. Out will come 7-foot Caleb Swanton Roger. In will come 6'7", 6'6" and shooter Scotty Hubbard. They've just got to go smaller here.
Well, to be able to get into transition.
Marcus Rigsby spins, shot off the mark, but he'll go to the free throw line. That's a push foul against ODU. It'll be Dura Gordon. That's number 1 on him. 3 fouls in the first 3.5 minutes of the half for Old Dominion. Trojans haven't been whistled for one yet.
Troy's continuing to attack. 30 points in the paint now, a 30-6 advantage for Troy.
I don't really see that particular trend slacking off, Jerry. That's going to be the focus. Rigsby way short on the first free throw. That's Marcus, who shoots 63%.
Well, so far they've been able to do a better job in transition than they were able to do in the first half, and that's given them those opportunities at the rim.
45-25 Trojans. Second free throw, climbs the rim, hits the window, and drops through. Marcus has 4. Troy by 21. They've led by 23 here in the second half. Old Dominion walks it into forecourt. Blakeney against Marcus Rigsby. Just pass to the top to the freshman Johnson, the point guard. Against Conaway, backs it away. Blakeney curls into the left elbow. Gets the pass, backdoor cut Johnson, spins through, reverse layup, partially blocked. Jackson Fields thought he got the deflection. Instead, they're going to blow the whistle. And for Jack, that's number 1 on him.
I think he did get the block and then got him with the body on the carom. At least that's what the call was.
Scott Cross on the Troy sidelines calling Tatum Conaway over for a quick word or two while Johnson heads to the line to shoot free throws. His 5th of the day is on the way. It's no good. He's now 2 of 5 from the line. And that is a 71% free throw shooter. He's probably more than a little bit bushed by now.
You may not think you're fatigued, but it shows up after a while.
Second free throw good. If any of you are or have ever been parents of toddlers, you know exactly what Jerry's talking about. Dad, I'm not tired. 2 minutes later, they're asleep. And they'll trap Miles Rigsby in the backcourt. This is going to be tough. Rigsby finds Marcus Rigsby, and they beat the timeline. A head is down for the layup and the foul. Boy, that was going nowhere, and the Trojans come out smelling like a rose. Dowd converts in transition and will head to the free throw line. Dura Gordon again.
Trojans making some chicken salad in that sequence. They were in some real trouble, and they're able to get to the rim and get an and-one opportunity.
Trying to read the fingers of Sidney Cohen. It's not against number 6, Dura Gordon. It's number 7, Scotty Hubbard. That's his second. Dowd goes to the line. Thomas has 8 points. 6 of them have come in the first 4 minutes of the second half. Sophomore from Dothan, Alabama. 71% from the line. Hits. That stretches the Troy lead to 23, which matches their largest. Midcourt pressure. Blakeney backs in across the midcourt stripe against Conaway, who went for the steal and gets whistled for the foul. For Tatum, that's his second. Let's take a break. 15:53 to go in the quarterfinals. Troy 49, ODU 26 on the Troy Sports Media Network.
At Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center, we're on a mission to save lives by preventing amputations. According to a recent American Diabetic Association study, 53% of amputees don't live past a year. Our approach to wound care is dynamic and highly effective. With innovations in our vascular treatment, infusion center, and DNA cultures, we go above and beyond to help you save your limbs, even if others have told you it's not possible. Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center is here for you when no option is not an option. We're here to get you back in the game of life.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. The Trojans playing beautiful basketball. Kind of a muddy start for both teams, but the Trojans able to get a little clearance and a little bit more freedom out on the court against a foot-sore ODU club. Trojans lead it by 23 now, 15:53 to go here in the quarterfinals, Jerry. Things are looking good for the Trojans, but there's still some wood to chop.
Trojans spreading it around, sharing the ball well. 9 assists, 4 in this half already for the Trojans. They are, again, making the extra pass. They're getting out in transition well, and they're continuing to defend. You just like a lot of what you see here from Troy, and if they can keep this pace up inside the 10-minute mark, it's going to be almost impossible for the Monarchs to find what they are going to need to come back in this one. But there's still work to do. This team will not quit, I'll assure you that.
After the foul by Conaway, 21 to shoot for Old Dominion. Sideline out of bounds. High post, it comes to R.J. Blakeney against a double team. Works against Jackson Fields. A layup good. Boy, he's playing well. Can you imagine Old Dominion right now without his input? He's got 13, including 7 here in the second half. 21-point game. Ahead of everybody, Jackson Fields, but there's a nice interception by Blakeney coming back the other way, the Monarchs. Triple on the way, Davis. Yes. Oh, boy.
Well, and that's where you get careless, you get lazy, and now they're, starting to get a little wind in their sails. It's down to an 18-point difference, just a lazy pass cut off, and that's 5 points unanswered.
Got a little bit of a greediness to that pass as well, not just laziness. Miles Rigsby stops at quarter court with a left-hand dribble on the right side. Fields back to Rigsby. Old Dominion man-to-man defense. Rigsby spins at the elbow, looking for Marcus off of a screen. Curls inside, shows the ball. Thwarted there. Back to Dowd. Dowd has a lane. Puts the layup up. Yes, took contact from Duragordon. No foul, but Dowd gets the bucket. He's in double figures with 11 points. And the Trojans are back up 20.
That's a good answer that Troy needed. Davis got his first points on that 3 a minute ago. They're going to be looking for him.
Hubbard misfires from 3. Offensive rebound by Duragordon. Shuttles it back up to Davis. Davis pull-up jumper mid-range. Got it. He was scoreless in the game until a moment ago. He's got 5 points in about 40 seconds.
Well, he's the kind of guy that doesn't need but just to get the lid off.
Miles Rigsby, coast to coast, misses the layup. Rebound comes off of Old Dominion, saves it on the sidelines, and it's out of bounds off of Troy's Thomas Dowd. 14-13 to go. 18-point game. Old Dominion, after not being able to buy a bucket in the first half, has hit 5 out of the last 6. But then again, Troy has made 4 of their 5 shots lately. Out of the game, Marcus Rigsby and Tatum Conaway. In for the first time in the second half, Victor Valdez for Conaway and Cooper Campbell for Rigsby. Shaken and bacon, Johnson against Valdez, shows the ball in the paint. Behind the back, bounce pass goes to Duragordon, layup good. Duragordon is strong in the paint. He's in double figures. He and Blakeney, he's got 10. 16-point game. Miles Rigsby lost it in the backcourt, able to grab it again. Deflected away by Blakeney. He will lay it up. Missed the shot. Rebound tap. And it's good. Here comes Old Dominion when they were dead in the water. Scott Cross spends a timeout. How do you like that?
14-point game. These guys making a run. This is a good timeout, I think, by Coach Cross to try to regroup here.
13:40 to go. And Old Dominion has climbed to within 14. 51-37 Trojans with this timeout for our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
I'm Don Duncan with All-American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. The other day I was talking with a state employee who said, I wish I could use my WEX card at your location. My response was, you can. I'm sorry you didn't already know that. For over 16 years, All-American Auto and Tire has been proud to honor the WEX cards from state employees. We also honor the Voyager cards for federal employees. Those cards are good at all locations in Montgomery and in Millbrook.
Tires, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire.
Beasley Allen is proud to support the Troy Trojans. Beasley Allen has been helping those who need it most since 1979. This applies to the clients they serve, but also to the community. The firm is involved in a wide variety of service projects that touch the lives of individuals in several locations, including the River Region. Visit them online at BeasleyAllen.com or follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of the legal services performed by other lawyers.
takeoff to touchdown, the Montgomery Regional Airport is the official airport of Troy University Athletics. Elevate your travel experience and make the easy choice to fly nonstop from your home field. Visit flymgm.com and travel above. Scott Cross has to take a timeout. His club moments ago was leading by 23. Now it's 14 at 13:40 to go. Troy 51, ODU 37. A point in illustration. Old Dominion had made 12 baskets the entire game up to right now. 7 of them have come amongst their last 9 shots, Jerry.
Yeah, 6-0 run here, and just a good timeout to refocus Troy. I think they'd gotten a little lackadaisical, gave up a bucket inside, a lazy pass down the floor, gets a turnover followed by 3, and all of a sudden now there's some belief back in the over there on the bench of this Monarch team. Troy's got to come out here out of the timeout. They'll face the press. The Monarchs, fatigued or not, are doing a pretty good job with this press.
Out of the timeout, it's Dura Gordon along with Scotty Hubbard, Blakeney, who's been terrific, Johnson, and Robert Davis. Inbounds comes from Valdez to Cooper Campbell. Also on the floor, Jackson Fields for Troy, Thomas Dowd and Miles Rigsby. Conaway taking a break. Cooper Campbell against a midcourt trap setup is going to get fouled. That's going to be Dura Gordon. That's just his second. And the team's 5th. Valdez called upon to trigger it in from midcourt on the sidelines. Old Dominion, they're trying to dig deep, trying to get a little juice. They have very little left, playing hard. Hats off to them. Dump down low. Fields trying to get it to Dowd. They knock it away, but had to foul to do it. That's Jaden Johnson. And I believe that's number 3 on the freshman.
3 on him, 6 on the team. 13:20 to go with the next foul. Troy be at the free throw line the rest of the way.
They're putting Dowd at the line now. Nope. They're setting him up there. They'll inbound it. Comes to Valdez, right wing. 1-on-1 versus Davis. Playing with 3 fouls. Valdez takes it right to him and draws the foul. That's significant. Conscious effort right there. You're going to put Davis into defensive posture and try to get the foul. That's exactly what Valdez did. Very heady move.
Just when he was getting hot, he draws the 4th foul and he'll come out of the ball game.
Head coach Mike Jones. How does he play this here?
Good job by Valdez to back him down and get him isolated and draw the 4th on him.
At the risk of jinxing him, Valdez, a terrific free throw shooter. He hits the first. He's at 80% from the line. The big 6'7" sophomore from Monterrey, Mexico.
We're seeing a couple of guys. We saw Zygas earlier. Now they'll go even deeper to their bench.
We're going to have to consult.
This will be Cooper Jones getting his first action in the tournament.
Second free throw will miss. Rebound comes to Old Dominion. A three-pointer. Davis misfired. High for the rebound. High for the rebound. Jackson Fields of the Troy Trojans. 12:53 to go. Troy by 15. Campbell finds Fields between the rings. Handoff back to Cooper Campbell. Out will come Jaden Johnson against him. Screen from Miles Rigsby. Campbell with a right-hand dribble with 13. Gets into the lane. Puts up a twisting shot too strong. Rebound tap is off the mark. And Dura Gordon secures it for Old Dominion. Down 15 here with a chance. Johnson into the lane. He'll get fouled by Rigsby out on the floor. That's the first, I believe, on Miles Rigsby. And the third team foul against Troy. 12:28 to go. Troy led by 23 here in the second half. Old Dominion has chopped it down to 15. Now they're going to whistle. We're going to give it away to Jaden Johnson. Well, for some reason, they'll stop and allow Old Dominion to reset again. 4 in the jump circle at midcourt. As it comes inside, there's a bucket. That's Dura Gordon. Somebody fell asleep. And it is a 13-point game. They have shaved 10 points off a second half lead. Miles Rigsby against the press, having a load of difficulty, finds Valdez in the backcourt, sprints in the forecourt, gets it there safely to Dowd. He had a chance to feed it down low to Fields, but backed it away and looking for a good solid shot. Valdez, left-hand dribble into the lane, picked up by Jones, lost it for a moment. Jackson Fields saves it to Campbell with 6. Campbell into the lane, little looping shot, no good. Rebound comes off of ODU, and Troy will have it, and fortunate to do so. Timeout comes at the under 12, and a good timeout to take and recollect themselves. Troy 52, Old Dominion 39, with timeout here in Pensacola for this on the Troy Sports Media Network.
The city of Troy welcomes you to Troy University Trojan Basketball. The city of Troy is proud to support men's basketball coach Scott Cross and the Troy University Trojans. You're always welcome in the city of Troy, and go Trojans!
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
It's chili season at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Their signature BB's homemade chili is packed with plenty of flavor, love, hearty beef tips, a splash of draft beer, and topped off with their fresh hand-cut toppings. And don't forget about their new chili cheese nachos, chili cheese potato stack, and loaded chili cheese fries. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, legendary fun, legendary food. The under 12 media timeout here in Pensacola comes with 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Troy leads Old Dominion 52-39. It's a double-digit lead as we get midway through the second half, Jerry, but it still doesn't feel anything close to comfortable right now.
It sure doesn't. We have seen a big lead slip away in the second half already that cost us an outright championship. So Trojans, I thought that media timeout you mentioned came at a good time for us to kind of regroup. We'll have a 20-second shot clock in the possession.
It also gives Troy a chance to reinsert into the lineup Tatum Connerway. 17 points in the first half for Connerway. He is scoreless 8 minutes and 6 seconds into the second half. He's out there on offense with Theo Sang, who's back in, the 6'9 Californian. Campbell, Fields, and the inbounder, Victor Valdez. Valdez popping out Campbell. Thought about a three against Cooper Jones. Backs it away with 18. Hands it back to Fields. Now to Campbell. 13 to shoot. Into the key. Campbell picks up his dribble. Lobs it to Connerway with 10. Connerway has a little leverage against Johnson, and he'll tumble into the lane. A reach foul will be called, I believe, against Old Dominion's. Well, we'll double check.
Cooper Jones, I think, the guy that just entered. I thought that would be the 7th team foul.
8th team foul.
Yeah, there was another one in there earlier, so should get Connerway to the free throw line.
Cooper Jones hasn't played at all in this tournament and really hasn't played much at all. 1-1 for Connerway. These are big now. Troy by 13. Tate misses the front end badly. Rebound taken by Old Dominion. Here's Scotty Hubbard against Sang, who turns him back. Now Johnson on the outside working against Campbell. Feeds right baseline. Triple on the way. Blakeney. No, it was wide open. He had too much time to think about it. Missed. Rebound Connerway. Now Valdez. Left-hand dribbled into the lane. Spins. Puts up a little flip shot. No, well short. Rebound again. Comes to Old Dominion. That's Hubbard. Still a 13-point game. They can get it to 10 if Blakeney can hit the three. He turns it down. Instead, baseline Hubbard a triple. That's no good. Rebound tapped by Blakeney, or rather by Duragordon. No good. Rebound to Troy.
Troy needs a good possession here now. They've gotten 2 stops back-to-back. Need to turn it into some points.
Trojans haven't made a bucket in 2 minutes. Conaway inside. Misses a little leaner. Rebound to Hubbard again. Trojans haven't scored in 2.5 minutes.
0 for their last 4. 0 for their last 5 after that miss.
One-on-one move. Step-back jumper. Counted for Jaden Johnson from the free throw line. Troy by 11. They led by 23 here in the second half. Not even to the midway point of the period. 10:23 to go. Conaway finds Campbell in forecourt. Skips it over to Sang. Extra pass to Valdez at an open 3. Didn't take it. Troy's going to burn some time. 52-41. Troy has missed, as Jerry points out, their last 5 shots. Conaway against Little Cooper Jones. Kicks it out left baseline. Fields mishandles it. Finds Valdez. Triple. That's good for Victor. Oh, boy, did the Trojans need that.
Catch and release. Whew. And you're right. That's a big bucket for Troy just to stem the tide of the Monarch there a little bit.
Valdez has 7. In the lane, this is Johnson. A triple on the way. Cooper Jones missed it badly. Rebound comes to Duragordon, and he'll flip it in. That's an air ball. Duragordon sighted it, was able to grab it and flip it, and the Trojans turn it over. Inbounds. Valdez had it knocked out of his grasp. Blakeney forces the turnover. ODU will have it, down 12 with the basketball. Out will come Campbell and Valdez. Returning, Miles Rigsby. And Marcus Rigsby will also see Gerald Bellamy in for Jackson Fields for the Trojans. Troy up 12, 9:37 to go. ODU a chance to get it into single digits. Pass down low. Duragordon mishandles it back to Johnson into the key against Sang. Backs him away. He'll take him with a left-hand dribble. Scoops it to the left side. Open look for Blakeney from 3. Back irons it. No. Big miss. Rebound Miles Rigsby.
Man, what could be really trouble for Troy. They've had some open looks and missed their last 3 opportunities. Got to take advantage of it now. They just got the big 3 from Valdez. Need a good possession here.
Rigsby, Miles between the rings. Now to Marcus. Left baseline, Sang. Gerald Bellamy. Now Conaway with 8. To the top, Sang tries to create against Blakeney. Dribble handoff goes to Conaway with 2. Down low. The Trojans aren't going to get a shot off. Tried to find Miles Rigsby. A poor pass. Rigsby couldn't control it, and before it rolled out of bounds, the shot clock expired. Troy had a 23-point lead at 49-26. They've been outscored 17-6 since then. 12-point lead, though, for the Trojans. Blakeney on the arc, gets a screen, attacks the bucket, puts the slam in over Gerald Bellamy. Blakeney elevated. He's got 17. It is a 10-point game. And the Trojans take a timeout here. Here comes Old Dominion. Blakeney beats Sang out on the floor, slams it in with 2 hands over Bellamy. And the Trojans have to take a timeout. Difficult to get the ball inbounds here. 8:34 to go. And things are a little uncomfortable now in Pensacola. Trojans 55, Old Dominion 45. Well, he had to burn a timeout here.
Momentum's a fickle thing. You think you've got it and got it under control, and all of a sudden it'll change ends of the court on you, and that's where it's at now. In the residents of Old Dominion, Troy has got to come out and have a good possession here. I thought it was, again, a good timeout.
Take the 10-second timeout right now while we have an opportunity to enable our stations to identify themselves on the Troy Sports Media Network.
This is Troy head basketball coach Scott Cross, and you're listening to 107.5 FM, 1210 AM, ESPN, The Ticket, WTXK, Pike Road, Montgomery.
Sun Belt Conference quarterfinals at the Pensacola Basin in Pensacola, Florida. 8:34 left. It's Troy 55, Old Dominion 45. Trojans having a bit of a time with the Old Dominion press. These fatigued Monarchs playing hard down the stretch. Troy had to spend the timeout to save the possession. Conaway will inbounds for the Trojans. Back in, by the way, the Monarchs 7-footer, Callum Swanton-Roger. Troy beats the press in the forecourt, Marcus Rigsby, along with Fields and Conaway, Dowd and Miles Rigsby. Fields at the top, wing pass left side, Conaway, guarded hard by Jaden Johnson. Conaway spins. He is scoreless in the second half after 17 in the first. 11 to shoot for Miles Rigsby. Return pass from Fields. Miles creates inside against Gordon beautifully. Reverse layup, and Miles gets into double figures.
Well-designed possession out of the timeout. That's where they wanted the ball to land, is Miles Rigsby getting a one-on-one opportunity, and he cashed it in.
At the top, this is Cooper Jones giving it away quickly down low. Gordon, nope, that's Johnson missing in. Tied a bank shot. Rebound kicks long to Conaway. Conaway trots up court. No look pass right wing comes to Rigsby. Now a three from Jackson Fields is short, no good. Rebound taken by Old Dominion. Troy by 12. Through the lane is Johnson, gives it up to the top to Blakeney, who's been great. Lost it out on the floor, but a whistle sounds. That's Conaway's foul, number 3 on the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. It gets us under the 8-minute media timeout. 7:29 to go. Trojans 57, Monarchs 45. Let's take a timeout here for our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
If you're in need of demolition or concrete cutting, call JB Waste Connection. Over 23 years, your trusted local source for all demolition and concrete cutting needs. When you call them, a real person will answer the phone, not a recording. Call 334-301-4414 and check their availability as well as schedule your services. JB Waste Connection takes pride in their top-notch customer service. Learn more about their services at jettisonenvironmental.com. JB Waste Connection, your local solution for quality and convenience.
Life South Community Blood Centers is facing a critical shortage of type O negative blood along with A negative and B negative. And because O negative is the blood type anyone can use in an emergency, it makes that shortage even more serious. So if you have a negative blood type, please donate blood today. Your community is counting on you. Call toll-free 888-795-2707 for information.
Conecuh Sausage is a proud supporter of Troy basketball. Conecuh Sausage, it's how Trojan fans get their grill on. 7:29 to go. Troy 57, Old Dominion 45. The Monarchs trailed by 23 in the second half. They trailed by 18 at the break. They've outscored Troy 27-21 in the second half. The foul going into the break against Troy was whistled against Thomas Dowd, number 3, against Dowd, who's been good in the second half. He's got 10 points in the game. 8 of them have come since halftime, and Troy has needed them right now. Boy, you look down off the concourse here, down below into the Troy huddle. What do you think? What are they talking about? What is being stressed?
Well, first thing you do is you got to just calm the anxiety or any fear that might be there. I'm not saying that there is, but make sure that there's no panic there in the eyes of guys. Just settle them down, remind them what got them out to that 23-point lead, and try to duplicate that. They still got a double-digit lead. If they'll take care of the knitting, they still can secure this win, but you've certainly got to be focused on both ends of the floor.
Troy has 1 timeout left. Old Dominion has 3. Troy has, 4 team fouls. Old Dominion has committed 8.
Troy has all 5 of the starters back in there.
And the possession arrow favors Troy. Playing defense now. Old Dominion trying to inbound on the baseline. Johnson throws it up against the back of the backboard. He was trying to get it over Conaway. It hits the backboard and goes right into Johnson's arms, the inbounder, and that is a turnover.
Conaway actually picked that ball up and just touched the guy out of bounds with it. He had both hands on it, touched him out of bounds, and takes possession.
There you go. Troy gets a turnover. Boy, they need that.
Watch the play. It, on the replay, just tapped it and then just touched him with it out of bounds.
There you go. I like it. Full court pressure by Old Dominion. Boy, they're having to dig down deep. You know they're exhausted. Miles Rigsby crossing into midcourt against Blakeney, who's physical on the ball. Safely into attack court.
You can see why Old Dominion's won 3 straight games in this tournament. They can defend.
Very physical. We knew that going in. Marcus Rigsby into the lane. Puts up a wild shot under duress. A whistle sounds as it comes up a little bit short, but he got popped a little bit. Count the foul against Old Dominion.
It's going to be
That's
Blakeney. his second, both in the half. And I like what Troy's doing. They're trying to get some isolation moves, get off the dribble. They know that every foul will send them to the free throw line. The next foul, and going forward, will send them to the free throw line for 2.
Blakeney has been heroic. He's only 6 of 18 from the floor and just 2 of 8 from three-point range, but he's got 17 points and really has been their most fail-safe source of energy for a team that is, you thought would be really flagging by now in the game and in the tournament. 1+1 for Marcus Rigsby.
These free throws become important. You can put this game away at the free throw line if you make them, but as I'm speaking, Rigsby misses the first of 2. They did call him in the act of shooting.
He'll shoot another despite the miss. Troy now 9 of 15 from the free throw line. That's 60%. Second free throw. Got it. Marcus has 5. He averages 7. Troy's lead is 13. Exactly 7 minutes to go. Backing in is Blakeney against Miles Rigsby. A lot of physical contact and a foul will be called. They'll call it against Miles Rigsby. I may have said Marcus. It's Miles who was defending. Had been banging. Finally, on what seemed like just another one in a series of bangs, they blew the whistle there.
He was trying to force Blakeney to his left. He kept wanting to go right, and they finally said that he contacted him for the foul.
Inbound lob goes to the top. Three-pointer on the way. Hubbard off the back of the iron, and it skies over the top of the backboard out of bounds to Troy. Caleb Swanton-Roger, they've been shuttling him in and out situationally.
They're bringing him in defensively every opportunity, and Troy with the basketball, they'll bring him in for defensive purposes.
Well,
and Sid Davis, who has the 4 fouls.
In forecourt is Marcus Rigsby now. 6:43 to go. Troy by 13. Jackson Fields, head of the key. Power dribble to the left. They force him to turn down the dribble handoff. Now it's Conaway.
Here's the isolation. This is what they wanted.
Against Dura-Gordon. Lost it and a foul called.
Troy gets a break there. It's going to be, well, I'm not sure who they whistled it on.
It's against Dura-Gordon. That'll be his third. All have come in the half. Conaway got him into the lane about 11 feet from the bucket. Showed the basketball in the lane, and Dura-Gordon contacted him there.
10th foul. Yeah, 10th foul. So all fouls will send Troy to the line for 2. Again, got to make these. Make sure we put them away.
Conaway's first point of the second half is the first free throw. He's got 18. He had 17. And waited until the 6:26 mark in the second half to get to 18. Out is Swanton-Roger. In is Davis as Conaway misses the second, 1 of 2. Troy's not helping their cause, 11 of 17 from the line. 14-point lead, though, 6:17 to go. Three-pointer on the way. Dura-Gordon, short battle for the rebound. There is Blakeney again to tap it home. He's got 19. He averages 6 points a game. And he gets a hand on the dribble by Miles Rigsby and taps it out of bounds. 6 minutes to go. Trojans retain possession with a 12-point lead. Mike Jones on the sidelines. Swanton-Roger was about to come in. They bring him back and put in Caden Diggs, who will take over for Robert Davis. They're trying to keep him available foul-wise until the very end. Inbounds from the sideline, Jackson Fields, 22 to shoot. Wing left, Miles Rigsby. Working against against Hubbard. Drives inside, layup, no, but he'll get shoved. Diggs got beaten out on the perimeter with a nice crossover move from Miles Rigsby. Hubbard had to foul him. His third. Free throws again. Troy right now shooting 61% from the line, 11 of 18. 2 shots coming up to Miles Rigsby. First is good. Miles has 12 points, 7 rebounds. Those 7 rebounds are tops on the club right now. Diggs is out. Returning is Robert Davis, their three-point shooter, and he is a good one. 3.5 three-pointers made per game. That's tops in the Sun Belt Conference for Davis. Rigsby good on both. Every one of them really counts, Jerry. Gets the lead back up to 14.
They're huge.
5:46 to go. Troy looking for a semifinal berth tomorrow night against James Madison. Derek Gordon goes to the free throw line. Blakeney with a ball fake. He'll get to the line. Jackson Fields mad at himself because the scout on Blakeney, don't fall for the jab step, don't fall for the ball fake. And Jackson sure enough bit on a ball fake at the free throw line and commits the foul. 6 now against the Trojans. Fields with his second. And Blakeney will go to the line. An opportunity to get points with the clock stopped. R.J. Blakeney from Baltimore, a senior, misses the first. Old Dominion has been no great shakes from the line either. They're now 8 of 13. Trojans have out-rebounded ODU 40-32, including 16 offensive rebounds for Troy.
I was looking at this. He's got 19, does Blakeney. That's his career high against St. Joseph's. He's done it twice, also against Virginia Tech. If he can make this free throw, a new career high for him.
And he does. 20 for Blakeney.
Into the game for the Monarchs, number 35, Cal Swanton-Roger.
In comes Cal Swanton-Roger. To the bench goes Scotty Hubbard. 5:37 to go. ODU sets up in the full court press. Inbounds pass goes to Dowd. Here's the trap. Dowd finds Connerway safely, and they'll melt back into a half-court defense. Nope, they'll meet him in half-court. Connerway speeds past the two defenders, finds Dowd. Huge triple on the way. No, rebound. Field saves it in off of Swanton-Roger. A no-look save in over his head for Fields, and the Trojans keep it. Out of bounds to Troy.
Outstanding play by Fields. Just threw it back over his head, hoping it would carry him off somebody, and he got his wish.
Inbounds with 20 to shoot. Fields. Head of the key now, Connerway. Skip pass right baseline to Rigsby against the 7-footer. Swanton-Roger gets a return pass with 9. Out on the floor, takes him into the lane. Left-handed layup, beautiful. Boy, he's just quicker than the big guy, and he used it to his advantage.
Yeah, if you can draw the big man away from the basket like that and get him 1-on-1, that's what you want, and that's what they did. He blew by him, laid it up with the left hand.
15-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Screen on Conaway, frees up Johnson for a mid-range jumper right side, knocks it down. And ODU spends a timeout, 4:48 showing here. They were down 13. It's a big-time screen by Swanton-Roger. Conaway a little gimpy getting up after the screen. We'll keep it right here with 4:48 to go, and the Trojans leading 63-50. 3 Troy players in double figures. Conaway has 18. Miles Rigsby has 13. Dowd has 10. Old Dominion, 2 guys in double figures, led by R.J. Blakeney, a career-high 20. 14 for Duragordon to go along with 13 rebounds. Point that out about Duragordon because in every game of this tournament, he has had a double-double. Last time out, last night, he had 21 and 12 against App. On Thursday, he had 19 and 12 against Texas State. On Wednesday against Louisiana, 21 and 10. Here today against Troy, Duragordon has 14 and 13.
Good night.
At 6'6".
What a player.
Timeout taken by Old Dominion. Comes with 4:48 to go, and the Monarchs are down 13. Troy will have 3 men set up out of bounds. They'll hand it away to Connerway. Everybody else goes into a pattern. Inbounds, it comes to Miles Rigsby, trying to beat a midcourt trap. Got there before they could set it up, Jerry, and the Trojans have it safely in across it into attack court.
Yeah, that was the first order. Marcus got it across quickly. Now they're going to try to find some ISO somewhere.
15 to shoot. That's what Rigsby will do. Misses from 3. Rebounded offensively, Dowd. Dowd kicks it back to Marcus Rigsby, and the Trojans can burn a little bit more time. That was huge.
Smart play. Big rebound from Dowd.
Now there's contact at midcourt. Coming out, Cal Swanton-Roger at midcourt. Contact against Marcus Rigsby draws the whistle. Second on Cal Swanton-Roger. But They are over the double bonus, and Rigsby at the line to shoot 2 rather significant free throws.
Well, the clock's the biggest enemy of the Monarchs right now. So if they didn't want them to take down another 15 seconds, they fouled quickly, and Marcus Rigsby at 63% was their target. He does make the first one here.
Swanton Roger out. Hubbard back in. Swanton Roger in for defense and rebounding. Hubbard into the game. He's a shooter. Second one is on the way. Way short. Just barely hits the front iron. Dura Gordon gets it off of his shoe tops. And here comes ODU down 14. 4 minutes and change to go. They got to hurry. Baseline triple on the way. Davis is an air ball saved in by Dura Gordon. Feeds it back out to Davis. Another three-pointer. Misses that one. Loose basketball saved by Miles Rigsby on the baseline. Trojans avoid 2 wide open looks for a good outside shooter. Rigsby, they're overplaying out on the court. Marcus Rigsby now into the lane. Backs it away. 14 to shoot for Miles between the rings. Holding it on a hip. They're not coming out to get him. Now with 7, he'll go play into the lane. Spins against Dura Gordon, and it step in. Tough shot, got it. Whew, you're doing it against one of the more physical defenders in this league, and he got it down. Troy by 16.
Just smart playing right now by the Trojans, doing what they need to do on those offensive sets.
Davis steps into a 3. It rolls out no good. Rebounded offensively by Hubbard. Mid-range jumper blocked by Conaway. An elbow jumper for Johnson. Comes to Old Dominion. Baseline Davis against Dowd. Reverses his field. Gives it away to Hubbard. Almost mishandled it. Into the lane. Jump pass goes to the top. Extra pass goes to Davis. A 3. No good. Rebound Jackson Fields. Davis, a 3-point sniper, has missed on 4 in a row down the stretch from distance. Marcus Rigsby in full court inside 3 minutes. Troy by 16. Dowd has an open 3. Doesn't take it, Jerry.
Yeah.
Backs it away.
Clock's what you're wanting to manage now.
And cutting into the lane, Marcus Rigsby feeds left baseline to Miles. 9 to shoot now as it comes to the arc left for Conaway. Trip ball, no. Long rebound back to Marcus Rigsby. Trojans will reset.
That's a gut punch to the Monarchs there.
Good defensive set for Old Dominion. They're so tired. They had a good defensive set. Now they got to get back in the stance and do it again. 9 to shoot for Conaway. Crossover move against Johnson. Pick and roll. Jackson Fields gets knocked to the floor, and he'll shoot free throws when we come back. Trojans putting this game on ice with 2:13 to go. It's 66-50 Troy over Old Dominion with timeout in Pensacola on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Leadership, dedication, hard work, excellence. Words used to describe a winning team. When it comes to your health and well-being, the winning team at Troy Regional is here to provide the safest and highest quality of care. With winning teams providing emergency treatment, primary care, and special services, we want to make a difference in the lives of the people who entrust their care to us. Continuing the rich tradition of delivering quality health care, Troy Regional Medical Center, right here, close to home.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. Barry McKnight, Jerry Miller. Trojans can sense it now. 2:13 left, leading 66-50 over Old Dominion. A lot of the people in the stands kind of patting their pockets, seeing where their keys are, getting ready to go. Trojans, if they can put this away, will move to the semifinals tomorrow night, 7:30 against James Madison. Still not to the finish line yet, though.
Well, but we're seeing some tremendous coaching by this Troy staff over the last 5 or 6 minutes when this Monarch team was making their push. These last few possessions, Troy has absolutely done what they wanted to do. They've taken the shot clock down under 10 most of the last couple of times. Inside of 5, they've gotten a shot up, they've rebounded the ball offensively, they've come back, and then they've taken that clock down even more. They've gotten it down to 2:13. They're just making the hill too steep for the Monarchs to climb.
Got big plans for our Power T postgame show presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. A look at numbers, a look ahead at the remaining bracket, a visit with Troy Associate Head Coach Greg Young, a Troy player or two. A couple of free throws here for Jackson Fields with his club up 16, 2:13 left. His first is good. Jackson 72% from the line. Fields 5 points to go along with 5 rebounds. He'll shoot another. And here it comes. Got it. 18-point Troy lead. 2:10 to go. A win would be Troy's 21st of the year. Old Dominion in danger of seeing their 4-game winning streak come to a close. Here's a little leaner from the free throw line. Count it for Robert Davis Jr. And Old Dominion will call a timeout right here. Coming up, it's our Power T postgame show. Again, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. In case you don't remember, and I certainly do because I was there, back on February 5th, a little bit more than a month ago, Troy went up to James Madison up in Harrisonburg as part of a 2-game road trip that also included the MAC Sun Belt Challenge 2 days later against Miami of Ohio. Troy loses to James Madison in that game 64-61. Boy, you look at this Troy schedule, and again, Trojans finished 13-5 in the league. You look at the 5 league losses, every one of them was tight. There's some teams in this league that have had byes, teams in this draw, that have had some blowouts. Troy has been in every game this year, and I know they are thirsting for a chance to get at James Madison again. Old Dominion overcommitting on the press. Conaway lost it out of bounds. It comes off of Old Dominion at three-quarter court right into the ODU bench. We're going to see, we're going to take a look on the monitor. Mike Jones is pleading. Take a look. And they're going to head to the monitor. Conaway, against contact, leaped and tried to fire it ahead, and it went out of bounds right in front of the ODU bench. And our refereeing crew right now in this instance looking at it are Tim Fitzgerald and Sidney Cohen. I'm sorry, Tim Fitzgerald and Chris Ford. Sidney Cohen's in the background to see just where it went out.
Cohen showed some great restraint there. Coach Mike Jones very upset. It happened right in front of him, so he was vehement that it was out of on Conaway, and he wasn't giving Sidney Cohen a chance to let him know, we will take a look at it. He kept telling him, we are going to take a look at it.
Mike Jones, again, we mentioned he is an Old Dominion alumnus. He played at ODU under Oliver Purnell, who was the only other coach in ODU history who was an ODU alum. Coach Jones had 19 really successful years at DeMatha, which is one of the premier high school programs in the country. After that, an assistant at Virginia Tech, lately an assistant at Maryland before he got the head job this year at ODU. And he's battling for his team. He's, this season looks for all the world like it's coming to a close, but according to Coach Jones, it ain't going to come to a close without a battle here down the stretch. A minute 54 left. Troy's lead is 16. It seems highly improbable that they'll seize a victory out of this, but they're going to take a very long look at it. Already today, Arkansas State, a winner late against Marshall. They're in one semifinal where they'll match up against South Alabama. Troy moments away from inclusion into the other semifinal against JMU. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:30.
And if Troy holds on here, then the whole setup for this tournament is going to come out like they wanted to. You're going to have the top 4 seeds playing in the semifinals.
Again, this tournament has been going on since Tuesday morning on both the men's and women's draw. And on the women's side of things, Coastal Carolina a 4 seed, Troy a 3 seed, Arkansas State a 2 seed, and James Madison a 1 seed. So it worked that way on the women's draw as well, Jerry.
Looks like it's going to end up like they wanted it if Troy can close this out.
Well, they took a long, long look at replay, and they have ascertained that it did go off of Old Dominion, and it is Troy's basketball.
Somebody's going to sprint back and give Victor a target.
They're all running ring around the Rosie at the half court, at the free throw line. Sprinting back is Conaway. Conaway works against the freshman Jaden Johnson into forecourt with 1:47 to go. Conaway blows by him, misses the easy layup, rolls into the Troy cheerleaders. ODU the other way, long three for Davis. Banked it in off the window from about 35 feet. He's got 10 points all in the second half. Well, now 2 of 7 shooting from three-point range. And Mike Jones burns the timeout. This is a full timeout here for ODU with 1:35 to go. Davis could have taken another dribble and gotten to the line. Instead, he pulled up about 5 feet beyond the line and banked one home just to the right of the lane. 68-55 Troy, 1:35 to go.
You see why these guys have won 3 in a row back to back here in this tournament. Just will not quit.
And I must admit, we had pointed out as a possible factor in this game, fatigue from ODU. I thought we saw a good bit of it in the first half, particularly defensively, Jerry. But goodness, these guys are bound to be just dragging, but I haven't seen it down the stretch. Commend Old Dominion for their grit and determination here. They are still playing as hard as possible. Again, it's a full timeout with 1:35 to go. I believe, that's it for ODU. They have won out of those. And out of the timeout, Blakeney and Davis, Dura Gordon, Johnson, and Caden Diggs in for Hubbard. They're all there defensively against Valdez and Dowd, Campbell, Rigsby, and Conaway.
Troy's just got to get it in safely, get it across the timeline, and force them into foul consideration.
Valdez bounces it into Conaway. They're not fouling yet. Conaway goes to midcourt. Cooper Campbell free. Now baseline left. This is Dowd, but he's not going to take a shot. He'll back it away. He had an open three. Could have attacked the bucket if he had wanted to. Instead, they're going to spend a little time.
Yeah, they'll take it down, try to isolate probably Miles Rigsby.
He's got it at the top. Rigsby bangs into Blakeney, into the lane with 9, and he'll stumble into the paint, and a whistle will sound, sending him to the line. Blakeney has been whistled for his third with 1:13 to go. Old Dominion has been way over on fouls. They've crossed the 10 foul plateau, feels like 7 minutes ago. Troy by 13. Here's Rigsby. Miles at the line, shooting 2. Calmly drops in the first. Miles now 6 of 6 from the line. In the last 3 games, Miles is 26 for 29 from the line, and I probably just jinxed him. Here's the second one. Nope, got it. He's got 17. Conaway has 18, and those are the 2 leading scorers that the Trojans hoped they would have at this point of the game.
Well, we talked about pregame that we thought that Troy's 2 best players were playing their best basketball at the end of the season, and they've proven that to be true, at least in this ball game tonight.
Dowd and Rigsby, and that's Miles Rigsby, and Valdez and Conaway out. Sang, Carrington Keel in the game, along with Campbell, and now Gerald Bellamy in for Troy for the final minute 10. Troy by 15. Johnson in a hurry, finds Davis. They cover him up. Nice job by Keel to prevent the shot. Now Jaden Johnson into the lane. He is walled up by Gerald Bellamy, who got the arms down in trying to block it, and Gerald's guilty of the foul. His first. I would not have worried too much about the layup. A 2-pointer doesn't really help them, but Gerald contested. And since Jaden Johnson to the line, a 71% free throw shooter, he is 3 of 6 from the line today. 59 seconds left. First one is good. Johnson averages 9 points a game. He's got 8. Had a tough day shooting, just 2 of 11. 14-point lead. Sends the second one aloft and hits. Now 13. A lot of shuttling going on. Bellamy out, Valdez in. Valdez, a better passer, a better free throw shooter. All 5 out of bounds for Troy. Now they'll send him into motion as Valdez inbounds it to Cooper Campbell. Waits for contact. Spins out of contact against Johnson. Double team. Loses it on the floor. Comes right back to Keel. Ahead it comes to Marcus Rigsby, and he'll slam it home all by himself.
Great hustle by Cooper Campbell to stay with that and keep it alive when they almost had the turnover and a block here from Valdez, and that ought to do it.
Joe Davis tried to hit a 3. Valdez blocked it, got it. Davis has to foul him, and Robert Davis's season has come to a close with his 5th foul of the day. He ends up with 10 points, Jerry. All of them have come in the second half. Troy did work against Robert Davis tonight.
They really did. They really guarded him well and challenged him. They got him in foul trouble early, and that was significant in the first half.
Yeah, the idea is not to just shut him down. It's not to keep him from shooting a three-pointer, but, boy, they made it difficult, and now Troy will put in senior walk-on Braden Whitaker for Troy as Valdez hits the first free throw. Whitaker, in his final year, former manager for the Troy team. He's from Slocum, averages a point a game. Valdez is second, short. Troy's lead is 16. Rebound comes to ODU, and they've really got to hustle. Baseline, Caden Diggs drives reverse layup short against Sang, and a late whistle will prolong things. For Theo, that's his 3rd, and that'll send Caden Diggs to the line. 8th team foul against Troy, and Scott Cross will send in a couple more youngsters, Jackson Porch and Cam Mitchell, to play in the postseason for Troy. Free throw, Diggs, yes. Also into the game for ODU, Vitalis Zygas, the freshman. Valdez and Keel come out. Nice round of applause for them. On the floor for Troy, it's Sang and Mitchell, Whitaker, Porch, and Cooper Campbell. Diggs is a freshman. 82% free throw shooter. Sends his second one up and good. Diggs has 3 points. 34 seconds to go. Cooper Jones returns for ODU.
They get Blakeney out of the game, a chance for his faithful to recognize him. He gets a career high on his final game as a Monarch.
Senior sees his season come to a close. Inbounds it comes to Sang. From Campbell, back to Campbell. Trapped in the backcourt. Sang with 25. Now it comes to Porch. Ahead it goes to Cam Mitchell. Had a chance, but he'll back it away. The bench wanted him to take the shot. He could have slammed it. Instead, he'll back it away with 18 to shoot. Troy leads by 14. Here's Jackson Porch on the outside against Diggs. Now Whitaker ducks under a three-point try. Layup good for Braden Whitaker. How about that? Diggs almost has it stolen by Campbell. A contested 3 is off the mark. Rebound comes to Theo Sang, and this one belongs to the Trojans. Troy heads to the Sun Belt Conference Tournament semifinals tomorrow night with a double-digit win here in the quarters against a very game Old Dominion squad. Your final score, Troy 75 and ODU 59.
Cinderella's week came to a close, but boy, you got to tip your hat to Old Dominion, how they fought. Just overmatched tonight by a fresh Troy team. Troy put him away. Looked like they had him put away, but couldn't close the deal, and that's because of